Everybody all right? Yes, sir. Took to be alive. Appreciate them for doing. Carrie up here, man. Y'all make Carrie pass out up here. What y'all guys doing? I'm sitting up here like, what these guys doing? No good man passed out. Y'all got to remember, when you projecting out, when you hearing your lyrics and you hearing that's different. You ain't having to push like you did when you recorded. So you more or less trying to stay in line with how you sound. You know, you just kind of following that cycle. Y'all done cut that thing out. That man up here about to pass out. I said, who responsible for that? Jahid. Ain't nobody but Jahid. It's Jahid. Don't take up for him, Tim. I want all my hate directed at him. I started back looking at Unsung today. I ain't get to finish it. You done. You should have never called my name. I said that thing, man. I seen that. I was looking at it. Did they have a poster where people can see it? Unsung and they on the website. I don't want to say it. It's got a watermark. Oh, okay, a watermark. Okay, then we'll post it. Oh, copywriter. Yeah, we're gonna send it out all over the earth. I'm getting the people who were gonna expose me in 2010, and I'm gonna send it to them and let them make CDs. They're gonna send it all over the earth. Yeah, well. But I tell you what, man, Jahid, I just can't believe you. You ain't breathing. Y'all two of my biggest fights. I noticed that too. It makes sense. When I heard them call, I said, two of my haters. But I know every group got it. All of them had. I'm sure Michael Jackson had Tito. And Randy. They said Randy, you to pull up at their house and you to bust up at the gate demanding money. Little hater. Jahid, you little hater. I always demand, tell them something. Yeah, we had a meeting before the Unsung come out. So yeah, let me ask, what did it take to get our contract? I said, what? He talking about, what? I mean, like, you know, if me and Lee wouldn't get our contract, Lee like, me and Lee? Yeah, Spirit, he like, I say like I want to get out. I said, you get out of that death. You want to do it today? Okay, so I guess I got to stay in. I'm like, you ain't got to stay. You got options. We ain't with making nobody do nothing. Don't y'all agree? He shouldn't be made to stay shitty. No. I want to go ahead and end your contract today. All I got to do is let me just push these two thumbs in your throat, and the other hand hold you around the back of your head, and contract finish. Always trying to get somebody to go doing, yeah, me and Lee finna break off in another month. Didn't he leave? Okay. Did you have a discussion with him about leaving? Why you throw Lee in there? He done came to Lee, won't Lee to record it. So really, me and you both broke off. I'm just recording it for you. That man now, woo, y'all don't know him. I'm gonna let him sign the Kato Sarat and we get ready to stand from there and try to move forward here. All right. Boy, that's that Shabbat blow right there, but that thing was low. They were barely pushed. I was finna go to sleep. I said, yeah, that thing, I said, some guy tired today. I'm like that. I'm like that thing, that's the Shabbat, that's that Shabbat blow. That right there. After that, you roll and go to sleep. I sure been thinking about it. I went home, but I was gonna go to sleep. I said, this will be a bad move, boy. I wake up, boy, it'd be Shabbat Yom. Isn't that right? It'd be rough. I'm around and catch the wrong sleep. That'd be it. I was watching a special on TV, but this morning it was, I guess, a special. They were talking about people that get these just can't sleep long, and they get these little small amounts of sleep, and yet they can still function and go. They're saying they've been still trying to study and figure that out. It's just a real unique pattern that they have, that they can just sleep for a few hours and they can still operate and they can get up and go. They said, we're still trying to figure it out. I said, these white folks will get their hand, they're going to cut something out of me. I don't know what they're supposed to make you do, but I'll let somebody else have it. How many of y'all want to learn how to just sleep a couple hours and that be it? You can have it. I trade out. I take one of them all-nighters. I don't want to sleep all through no day, though, that kind of stuff. My wife, she pissed me off all the time, that old hard sleep junk. Nigga just go out and just sleep. I'm talking about never wake that nigga, I be pissed too. Like, this nigga here, sleep. I'm up here, like, motorcycle sleeping nigga noise make it. You know what I'm saying? That make you mad when folk doing stuff you supposed to be able to do. I can't do it. I don't know what happened, man. It's just that something just messed me up. I just can't. I don't know, you don't sleep too long, but you just learn to enjoy it. Then it's time to get ready to get up. You ain't gonna believe it. I be so sleepy. I be like a more you tell them, I'm so sleepy. I'm just sleep right here on the couch. Now, no, you ain't anymore. Get up and go in there and go to bed. She tell that bed, what is that? Okay, who is that? Jared Colbert, $20. We appreciate you. Jared, nice hat. For $20, I say whatever. I need that run coat dice. I'm back one more time with the beat. Who is that? What is that? Is that arm back? What is ALM? What is it? The one he finna pass out of breath. Man, I might say that $20 bet. That man been died up here. That man can't do that today. And he did that. It's all about competing for what? He'd have definitely fell out. He already hit that. He already hit that one too then. And he did that one back to back. We ain't gonna be able to do it, bro. We don't say your money order. He gonna take him in out. But no, no, he 2 times. No, he don't be able to do that. Danny came that side. He told me, he said, you know, I'm going to school to be a doctor. I'm like, oh yeah, I know, I'm proud of him. He said, that man finna fall out of there. I said, okay, Danny, we cut it off. Now you did good. How you feel? More folks say that. What y'all think? No, yeah. What you think keeps you doing it? You think oxygen man? You ain't see it. You seen him, he was going. What you say? He got it. Well, she said, how much you paying Keisha now? Huh? She a part-time hater. Keisha? How many kids agree with that? Keisha's a hater. Wow. You see, Shane got his hand up back there. Shane, you know you getting beat down, don't you? You already know you getting beat down, right? Oh, you don't know it? You know it now, don't you? What about them two right there? She said she's surprised at y'all. What about Xavier? He can't even see. She said blind already. Now, you know you getting beat down. You don't know it. You know. It come. Joy, you ain't got nothing to do with that. That's what I'm talking about. Joy, he ain't got time. That's all right. Any kids in here been a victim of a beat down from Keisha? Tell she don't beat you down. Shane, you been beat up before by her? Both of y'all? You two, Gavin? Are you? All of them kids you been all back? Shamil kid got a hand. Oh, you know, listen, they texting right now. All the Mormon kids and the Jones kids, all of them got their hand rubbed. She talking about the Jones kids, no. She saying she ain't never laid a hand on y'all. That's not what they saying now. Good, they done took their mama phone, they texting. Goodness, John, you been beat up too much? Oh my goodness, that's why you ain't want no part of it. That's why Johnson, I had to know, I don't want no part. What about you? You been beat up? And you still raise your hand? You like getting beat? I think it is. There's another one coming in it. You know what come with that. Anyway, we appreciate you. Who? Y'all been watching the news? Yes, sir. Good, what's going on? I just want to check it out. No, I'm saying, I saw Australia got hit with that cyclone. Yeah, Australia. They got hit with a cyclone. That's the worst they ever had hit them. Yeah, that bad boy ripped through that pretty good on them. Thailand in bad shape too. A lot of these places, y'all seen Fort Lauderdale? Yes, sir. Oh man, shut the airport down. It been raining so long, they got cars flowing down the street in some places. It bad down there, Florida. Said the country. Yeah, something like that. I know they said like 2 feet. Had like 2 feet of snow. Rain. It been raining for 4 days down there. He washing them through. Everybody for love fly. I've been told these people come out. Y'all welcome. Florida, y'all welcome. I pull y'all out of that swamp. So I tell you, folks, man, Florida, swamp. All this stuff, number swamp land. Get out of there. We pull y'all out of there. Everybody pull y'all out and get destroyed. And he holding Jordan down. He just holding us for a little while. We get out of here. You know, Texas ain't never been hit so much. I'm talking about every time you look around, something coming through Texas. Immigration, it's like, if I'm a Mexican, I'm going the long way. I guarantee you, they'll never catch me. I'm not coming through California. I definitely ain't coming through Texas. I'm just gonna walk my behind around some kind of way, circle around. Cause they coming through Florida, I heard. Well, that's a lot of swimming. I ain't know the sewer line run that deep. From Mexico to Florida. I mean, DeSantis sending them up there. He said come around to Florida. I like a couple of Mexicans. These niggas don't work up here. So any of y'all illegal, you want to work. You ain't gonna be trying to get all these high paid. Call me. Right. Call Suge. Ain't that right? You don't want immigration all in the video. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Ain't that right? What they call T Diddy. That ain't hypocrite back there. Y'all all right? I mean, it was like a little short last. Y'all niggas laughing like gut buster. That last should have been over with. Yeah, he really got his membership on a dangling particle. Barely holding on. How many of y'all were hurt behind that video? Trying to make it want to make it a male cool. Look how you hurt these members. Look, I'm gonna let Ernie do some of that kung fu on you. I tried to get him to practice some of that stuff on. He's gonna show us a choke move. I like do it on Hayward so we can see. How many of y'all think Ernie an undercover serial killer? I just keep it to myself. Ain't that right? I ain't got nothing to say about it. Ain't that right? Not me. Ain't that right? Y'all won't hear me talking about it not unless it back turn. Ain't that right? Ain't no hypocrite. I ain't trying to die. Ain't that right? He talking about nobody lately. Like lately. I already had that serious look. You're like, yeah, I don't want to keep pushing it either. I try to get Hayward to try to keep gnawing at him. So go out there, Hayward. Go run at him real fast. See what he know. Just run up on him real fast. Aaron would tell me about that throat hit he got. Stop and breathe. I said, hey, just run at him real fast. Let's see if he know it. He wouldn't do it. I get people to start trusting leadership. Isn't that right? I just want to see. Once I see he know what he's doing, I said, well, we know not to do that no more. It's like the book. Everybody reading the book, these people were basically almost like basically was like test dummies. That's how we know what not to do, right? So once Hayward run up on him real fast and Ernie do that death blow, what we gonna know? Run up on Ernie real fast. See how we learn? So it's like whatever written before was written for our learning. Once he run up on him, what we do? We learn to walk. Don't be run up on Ernie, isn't that right? I one time had to remember he told a lot of lies too. He knew this death thing. He knew this death touch. Yeah, remember? It was so funny. He lied so much. It was like lies that wouldn't hurt you, but he gonna burn for him. You know what I'm saying? That kind of lie. And he said he knew this. His friend taught him this death touch, and the other member he got pissed. He said, man, do it on me. He said, what? He said, do it on me right now. And listen, inside tears were rolling because I said, if this works, I'm gonna be screaming, laughing, but it's gonna be bad because you asked for it. He was like, what? He said, do it on me right now, do it. And all I'm sitting here looking at, if he do this thing, and if it works, I'm gonna bust out laughing, but it's gonna be bad at the same time. But it's kind of one of them things where you like, I really want to see you do it now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell they know he knew this depth toucher. This guy saying do it. I'm like, we got a test dummy right here. Now how hard it to find people who saying do it on me. So I was kind of disappointed that day. Things happen. Things don't always go your way in life. That's what you have to learn. But one thing, I definitely appreciate Mr. Yahuwah for sparing us one more time. That is the truth. With everything going on now, I mean, it's only getting worse. I just looked on my computer. I saw where I didn't know there was a shooting this week at a funeral in D.C. Yeah, they was burying the victim. The person was killed, had been murdered, and they had just buried the person. The shooter come up, and the police trying to still figure out why. I mean, this ain't hard to figure out why. Let me see, a shooting victim was buried. Probably came there to kill somebody else. Probably related to the person that killed him. Probably mad because the person killed him. We had to go to jail. And get people mind just bad. Come to a funeral, they said look intentional that they shot about 4 people. And then the shooter's dead too. And again, copycats. All these people copycats. Let me tell you something. Everybody's hurt at some point. Because just things, whatever might not go your way, whether it's job, relationship, with your kids, your health, or whatever. But there are other ways to expel your hurt other than just damaging so many other people. And now we've given people leeway to feel like it's okay to express your hurt on everybody else. You know, I'm hurt, upset. Let me just walk in and just start randomly just shooting people, which don't make sense. A lot of stuff don't make, people have always been disappointed. Relationships have always been broken up. Typical relationship broken up, people kill themselves. They weren't, let me go kill everybody, or they killed the person that broke their heart or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If it was another person that you might have killed those two people. Just going shooting random people, just not the norm for us. Again, just telling you just the direction that the whole world is turning to. Everybody is so unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? You just can't predict situations with people. It used to be we had safe places. You know what I'm saying? Places you didn't pretty much have to worry, like religious institution. It won't be long. You'll start getting church shootings again. Because I mean, they run a pattern. They start at schools, then they start out somewhere else. They start publicly, then you take it to a religious institution, and that could be Mr. Yahuwah Well just letting us all know ain't no place safe. Everybody got to get. Think about it. You sent kids to school, you feel like they were safe. You just kept people from selling drugs around the school or whatever happened. Or you made sure, you know, the swing sets and stuff were safe. I was growing up, we never had to worry about no school shooting. That wasn't even a conversation. I can tell y'all coming along, y'all had to worry about nobody throwing no stones, did it, in school? No. They hadn't invented guns back then. They had to worry about people with slingshots and stuff. Isn't that right? So, but other than that, now we're in a whole nother world. And you know, for our young people, I mean, it's a lot. You know, they wouldn't realize it because they didn't come up in our era. So this is a norm almost for them. They almost getting norm. They becoming norm to the situation. And it's nothing that you send your kid off, and which is your most valuable possession, and nothing to get a phone call telling you, hey, we on lockdown, or somebody been shot, or your kid been shot, or whatever. It's just, I mean, it's horrific. I mean, and it ain't high school no more. It's elementary. 6-year-old kid go to school with a gun and shoot the teacher. Well, I mean, what's going on in your life? You got a gun. When I was 6 years old, kill a teacher. That's authoritarian. Why would you think? Never came to my mind. Kill the teacher. Take a gun to school to shoot the teacher. Do you understand where your mindset got to be? Again, these games, the television. Now we got this idiot who he a white boy and gave all these secrets up in the U.S. I don't know how these low-ranking white boys keep getting so much top secret. Chelsea Manning, Buck Private. Where your clearance at? That makes no. These white folk, 20 years old. First of all, if I know you're a gun enthusiasm, enthusiasm, whatever it is, and all this food you're doing, why are you in here with top secret information in the first place walking out? Who watching this stuff? Right. Who need to be arrested? All them bastards who's over it. Why y'all keep putting these low-lying white boys over everything you get? Chelsea Manning, now he a female. Joker got a book, out of jail, sex change paid for by the U.S. government, and he paid in full. This white boy wound up out of prison, writing a book, he'll be a hero. He's looking at 10 years. You just turn over top secret information that involve other countries, you damage us around the world. What happened to the death penalty? That's right. This joker, they already said, how you, 10 years? Y'all saw they let him come out, turn around. You let him walk back, they supposed to be on that joker foot and head. First of all, they done already put on the news that this guy loves guns. The fact they ain't let him made it out the house and let him back up and come to them, and they ain't bow that joker, slam him to the ground, you just gave away information they have damaged them with every country they do business with. And you tell me they let this white boy walk up here, they say he was in court smiling, talking to his parent, told it, daddy told, we love you, son, love you too, dad. Your parents supposed to be in jail. Everybody you live with. That's right. You just got rid of top secret. There's no way these people ain't supposed to be jacked up by the everybody he know supposed to be in custody. We can't trust nobody. You were putting this stuff out on a gaming website. There's no way in the world. Everybody who in you, all them people be in jail right now. Nobody leave here until we make sure you good. You see, I'm trying to tell you, white America. This how they do you. Listen, that boy gonna get books. He gonna get the best of attorneys. He gonna get the best of representation. He gonna get GoFundMe. He gonna get everything, and you gonna get Go F you. That is, go F yourself. You been had that page. And just being honest with you, listen, y'all, come on. A nigga gave away top secret and you just damaged them around the world. And they, mind you, You got Secretary of Defense, you got Secretary of State, you got all these red folk and back flying around the world trying to go meet people, trying to calm this whole thing down. Because this is a major mess that allies are being told, we've been spying on you. Which, this is the thing about it, nobody can really get pissed because they all do it to each other. There's none of them that don't do it to each other. All of them do it. They just saying U.S. ain't did nothing the rest of them do because none of them trust each other. That's what they tell the people. None of them to be trusted. That's right. They spy on their own citizens. Yes, sir. Why you think they're going to spy on the country? I don't care how patriotic you are. They're going to spy on you. They're just so stupid. They weren't spying on the person who did the most damage to them. Right. Same thing with R&A. What's his name? Ex-CIA guy, Aaron, what's the guy from? Who? Aaron Orange? No, not Snow. No. I'm thinking something. I'm still gonna read my mind right now. What am I thinking? Person that can read my mind, what am I thinking right now? What's the name I'm looking for again? He's like, what's his name? I don't think it's Aaron Horton. No, it's not Aaron Horton. Who's Aaron Horton? That's an attorney. Aldred Ames. Aldred Ames. Yeah, he was the ex-CIA. He was a high-ranking one. Their best was leaving out there every day with a garbage bag, and they weren't even stopping him. Leaving out with a trash bag. Listen, I'm walking out here every day with a trash bag in my hand, and they was just letting the bastard leave the building. That man leaving every day. He walking out. That man leaving out from the CIA. He leaving out from the CIA every day with a garbage bag, a hefty bag, thinking the trash can ain't there. Where you going? Yeah. That man was selling stuff to the Russians. That man had sold so much information. They finally, y'all said, yeah, they finally called him. He told him. He said, I wondered when y'all were gonna get me. He told him. He said, I knew y'all had me tapped. He said, come on radio. He said the radio in his car, what it was doing. So he knew they had already been tapped. He said, I was waiting on y'all anyway. He was so far in they did, so he knew it was just a matter of time. He just kept going. He ain't the only one. They all do it to each other. They'll waste their time on every little day American who could do nothing to them when the more detrimental people are the people right there with them. Trump left out of there with nuclear codes. Yep. That's what they went in his house for. Yep. That man had nuclear code to send out nuclear weapons from America. He had to jump down here in his house, and he had a help wanted sign. Right. Y'all say him laughing. Yes. This bastard had a help wanted sign at his house, had the nuclear clearance code, and guess who the KGB, the people that applied for the jobs. Yep. That's right. That's right. They would come, listen, yes, this bastard finna hire the KGB. Yes, sir. They looking at he stupid. Yes, sir. You got him and you hiring. We looking for some work. Yes, sir. And then you're going to tell them, I had a lock on the door. You know the KGB can't get through no lock now. If you got a lock, automatically they gotta wire you back and call Russia and tell them, we cannot get in. He has a lock on the door. Now, let me tell you something. Old white men are bad for America. They're bad for everybody. They're bad for white people. They're bad for, we don't need no more old white men. If you're going to put another white man there and get somebody younger, we done seen a different time span. The old one, no. Anybody done seen segregated bathrooms, segregated water fountain, we don't need you. You're going to be, yeah, because he used to a certain protocol. He used to you saying yes, sir. You can transfer that. Listen, so what you think he actually think about you? You come with that nice broke conversation you got. Huh, what you said, boy? He come up and tell you was boy, you was girl. He grew up in this era for many years. I can tell you how many years did you grow up in the era of segregated bathroom? What, about a year or two? Yeah, a year older than I can tell you. And I can tell you, you remember segregated bathroom. You remember having to call them sir even if it was a kid. You remember segregated restroom. You remember you couldn't vote. You remember you couldn't look a white man in the eye. Yeah, Trump different. That's what I'm voting. I'm voting for Trump. He different. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Listen, old white men are bad for the country. Because they don't know how to transfer. Listen, you thinking they changed. Joe Biden the same thing. I don't know what people think. The man told you were super predators. He was pushing for you to stay in prison because they have a bad connotation attached to you. The people that hate you, this is the bad part from Trump and from Biden. None of these people had no dealings with you to know about no super predator. All they know is what they've been told. They've been reared about racist parents. And all they gonna take, they done took the spirit and poison of their parents, and it's been indoctrinated them. Yeah, they know I can't call you nigga to your face now. Cause now you can sue me. It ain't cause you can do nothing to me. They ain't scared of no fight, cause you ain't gonna win it. It's too many of them. They gotta look at being sued. So did that change my mentality? See, that's the problem we got, people. The only way to change a person's mentality, you gotta change their heart. Listen, with Tony Smith, that's why my heart had to change. Policies don't change people. Just like the word don't change it until it actually pricks your heart. It's got to be internal changes to get you to start thinking different, to get you to start operating different and seeing people as human beings equal to you, regardless of, even with our religion. Listen, the religion of choice that we take is because of the fundamentals or the foundation. We're looking at time span, what is lasted, what existed, what he established, okay? He procured himself a people, okay? Through that doctrine. Y'all got it through the teaching is how he actually secured us under himself, okay? This is what he would look at as a special treasure. This opportunity is open to every man and every woman. But look what it took for this to happen. He had to disperse us out and mix us with other people. Otherwise, nobody else would have got it, including you and me. We could have, for all we know, and because we all been race mixed and pushed down, you really don't know where you really originated from. Any people that sit in Africa, it's impossible to know where they originated from. Simply because none of the people are in the same spot where they actually started out at. Come on, the name of your place, but you know what? How you couldn't, let me ask something. Now come on for a second. He's originally him. What you gonna name that place original? What you gonna call that place? Here, all right, here. Okay, well, y'all see Daniel. Daniel is over here in Kamiwan, okay? This is Kamiwan way here. And everybody coming here is going to be named Kamiwan. I can't get away with that if Daniel, if he's already here, he told me the name of the place is here. Right. Which means I got to get him out of the way. I got to pull somebody over here. Right. Welcome to Kamiwan. Now, when everybody stem out her, they're going to be so proud of them being of the Kamiwan people. And then you look it up and you go through etymology, you're going to see, I named them Kamiwan. Ain't none of them niggas, nowhere on their planet, not one black face, no one on their planet is holding to original name. Thanks. Not one of them, because none of them know what it is. So everybody been moved around. It's like shuffling cards. There's nobody, I don't care if your skin jet, look at my skin black. Nigga, your black skin don't mean you in the right place. That's crazy. And so that's why we have to do so much work. It's so much work. We have to, it just, I don't know. It's like, what are people thinking about? I'm a proponent of everybody that's for truth, everybody for doing right. We need to get together. Because we all been screwed. We all been given a bad bill. We've been sold bad bills. We've been sold bad lies. We've been sold bad religions. Look at it. Even we go back and look at it. We got to go to some people who call themselves Orthodox Jews. Or we got to go to complete Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to go to some other, and everything runs right back over to English because the people who tell you who they are somebody aren't who they claim to be. Right. All these people, everybody, let me ask you a question. All the people in the Middle East over here and all the stuff going on, why all these people fighting against them folks? If you're the original people here, how some Muslims get the Temple Mount? There's no way they put it got a temple. That's where our temple was. That's all, the Muslims control that. Because all these people over there are knockout. I tell every one of them to their face. Every one of them are knockout. They ain't got one of them over there original. Watch it. Every time you see them, other than people who done been over there and seen them folks, they don't show no black ones on the news. Saddam, how many dark skinned folk he had in his cabinet? The Saudis, they ain't showing you none of them people. They over there, they ain't gonna show you them people. Anytime you watch them folk, all they're gonna be white skinned Arabs. Yes, everybody, listen, everybody keep you out the way. Everybody keeps you in the dark. Yep. You go to Afghanistan, in them places, they don't have a region you haven't been in and you not. Nobody show you can go to Kuwait, you can go to Istanbul, well that's gonna be in Turkey. Any place you go to, they're gonna show you white skinned people. Till you land on the ground and see them. China ain't gonna show you us. There are plenty of niggas in China. Every time you see China, they show you China on the news. What color people you see? White. That's all they're gonna show you. Everybody white. Mexico, you know what they're going to show you? White people. They're not going to show no black people. We've been there. We built the pyramids over in Mexico. Nobody shows you us. Everywhere we go, it looks like we just something happened and just fell out from somewhere. And it keeps you thrown off. When you got a person that don't know where they're coming from and don't know where they're going, of course I'm going to be aggressive. Of course I'm going to be violent. Let me go take a wild animal, snatch him up, tranquilize him. Take him up, take the blindfold, bring him through and let him loose and see what he do. See if he sit down and say, gosh, I guess this is my new home now. He going to be trying to figure out what the blank going on, how it got here. And the first person coming, I'm going to kill him. And he going to be deemed a wild animal who need to be taken down. Not the person that took him. No one's going to look at, had you left him alone where he was, you wouldn't have that problem. That's how white people do it. They make everything try to be subject to him. Eating a whale, kill a whale. I like them killer whale. That makes sense. If I see a killer whale, I'm going to jump in the water with him. You know what I'm telling you? Don't hurt me. He'll say, what's my name? I say, killer. What you want me to do? Don't hurt me. What's my name? Killer. What you want me to do? Hurt me? He said, you know what I'm finna do, right? Kill me? Good answer. That don't make sense. But see, they love playing with dangerous stuff. And this is the problem they have. It don't make sense. None they do make sense to me. Why do you think you're supposed to go grab, hold, and touch venomous snake? Everything you get, leave it alone. No, I can't. Is it yours? Leave it alone. Leave everything in its natural place. You wouldn't have these problems. That's why the whole world disrupted. That's why it's being destroyed. He won't show you this. He's trying to get you ready for summer to travel. He's trying to get you ready for graduation. Because graduation is going to put cars on the road to buy high expensive gas, going to put people on planes. It's going to send people to hotels. It's going to send people to casinos, get people traveling, going places, so they can try to spark the economy. When they start telling you the truth, don't you follow these fools. The world is ending. Nobody gonna tell you the truth. Listen, they already talking about consumer spending. In these stores, they losing bad. You know where they spending money at? Eating and drinking. Who told you that? Yahuwah told you, listen, they coming out their number. Listen, they losing bad out here. People not spending money in these stores. You know where they spending money at? Eating and drinking. Tell me who told you about it first. Yahuwah told you. He said, as it was in the days of Noah. Say it's going to be the same way in the coming of the Ben of Adam. He said in the day before the flood, he said we're eating and drinking. He said we're marrying and giving and married. He said until the flood came and took them all away. He going to watch these people right out of him. He doing it to, listen, there's no way you can go and save. I told y'all, listen, for a little spade. That's the only thing we got him. It's just a little. Don't get too comfortable. What he giving us right now? A little spade. Prepare your heart. Prepare your heart. When he send it through here on some of them might lose kids, wife, husband. You might lose yourself. I'm telling y'all, the man, listen, it got to come. It's got to happen. All we got to do is just make sure we got refuge in him. We got to make sure our minds. I know y'all ain't, because y'all not people that really prepare yourself. Like you keep going, you live in a dream world like these people do. You keep thinking it's just going to be all right. It's not going to be all right. Listen, this is the only way it's going to happen. The end got to come. That's the only way we're going to get with him. Don't we want to be with him? Yes, sir. I feel the same way. I want to be with him, but if it's up to me, I like for it to happen a different way. Like, give me a notice. Let everything be good. Let me spin up everything I got. Say, go ahead and spin it. You good. Blow it. You know what I'm saying? The world finna end. You know, right? You know, let me know like they did. Like, let me go like a sister, soft. I want to go soft in my, you know what I'm saying? Just in my sleep, you know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? While I'm asleep, they ease me out of him. But let's just be honest, all of us can't lead like that. Like, okay, that's how, if you serve him, you shouldn't die like that. I don't know how Yahushua died. I don't know what happened to Stephen. They stoned him. He was calling on Yahuwah. He was calling on Yahuwah. They stoned him. And ran up on where they might start guessing with their teeth. See, people don't realize, listen, when you set your mind to shakar him, to worship him, to adore him, you got to understand, other people don't agree with that. And their disagreement with you doing it even involve you to your death. You would think, if you live right, nobody, man, that's a lie. You live right, more people come at you. You live wrong, more people support you. Look at these homosexuals. How many righteous groups going after them? Show me righteous groups going after the homosexuals. Nobody bothering you. You live wrong. Why you think people stay on that side? You get support, you living wrong. You come out right now and stand up. I too am a sissy. Man, them folks gonna be writing you all kind of checks you get home, GoFundMe pages. You don't have dresses and all kind of prints, blouses, and them high heel stacked shoes. Apollonia and them gonna come back by your house. Because they know you ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna come to my house. They know I'm straight. All kind of naked women come to your house because they know you ain't gonna do nothing. You like a Catholic priest. Isn't that right? You looking for boys to men. Isn't that right? Preferably boys. Yeah, I'm just telling you, man, listen, these folks, listen, you live wrong, you get all kind of support. It takes something. Listen, I applaud those that take the stance and have the mind to live Kadash. Y'all might not think nothing about it. Listen, he need us. He need us because it's going to be a testimony against these people. He need people to stand. Listen, and we're going to take a lot of these jobs, these people saying you can't do and live right. Oh, no, that man, we ain't tell them, you can't be no police to live right. You can't. You got to be. That's your stupidity. That's right. I don't know where people get. These folks tell you can't do. You can't be a judge and do right. I don't know how you can. All I can do is go by. Now, if you bring me some bad evidence, I can't. If I know it's bad, I won't take it. Right. Look at it. Like, a lot of times people get blamed. All I can go with what's been given to me, unless I know differently. That's right. We need to be these politicians. What every politician cricket. Well, we need to change it. Well, let's get in here and take it. Cause we've been doing it, criticizing. Let's show them. You can't do this job. What job they got that you can't do it and be right? Tell me what it is. They ain't got a job out here and we do it, we can't do it right. Daniel was in politics, and how crooked was he? And he was in there when they signed legislation and made laws. He didn't say, oh, no, I'm Kodash, I can't be here. He was in there, and he was over them. He just let them, when they paid that bill, he said, we could pass it. He said, but I'm still going to serve him. And he ain't got on in the name of Jesus, I'm against that. Like, man, let y'all do what y'all do. I know what I'm going to do. Isn't that right? I'm just being honest. They ain't got a job out here we can't do. What job we can't do except for stripping? Unless you're at home, in private. And the curtain all the way closed up to your top of your neck. Yeah, that lady, Brian, not looking, he like, I like that. He like, I'm going to make a record like that. Watch out for him, Michelle. He said he like that. First time I seen him smile that hard, ain't it? You like that hard? Yeah, old freaky man. I like that there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Yeah, we need to get our young people in here. Well, they can do some stuff and teach them. Y'all can do these jobs and do right. You ain't got to be no done crook, no thief, and no robber. Ain't no thief and robber. No thief and robber. And they say ain't no thief and robber. No, I ain't say all that. I said ain't no thief and robber. Now, Cant got something in there. He said, if it wasn't for Rod Smith, will we really have a chance? I said, yeah. Cause I heard y'all. Yeah, Cam! I went out here. I had to hear something I know, and I heard that. Shout out to the Rod. If he really give him a hand, if it wasn't for you, will we really have to? I said, go! Oh, now look out! Now I'm crazy. What y'all think I'm saying about y'all? Now they look at me like I'm crazy. So what you have been saying? now I'm crazy, ain't it? They look at him like, something wrong with Rod. What? Rod said, something wrong with y'all. I know they couldn't have known it because I don't know it. Ain't no way y'all know more than I know. Except for Prince, she lives in the East. She lives in the areas of Mall 50 times. That's East one. Y'all know how much stuff we got? She lives in every woman at least 50 times a piece. A good one. Have we released in the moment? Had the winning team released? Had they gave anything up? Winning team ain't. I'm going to get Shook to come talk to him. Shook will get with Austin and him. Who probably done? I know Lee do his part. It's that breathing and that. Y'all don't know what we had to deal with. Folk don't know. Danielle at home, she know about them. A lot of folk know about them. Got to fight Smitty. Folks just walking, just bust in the door. I better have my part. We be like, what? We're like, we don't even think about you. And somebody just busting the door holler, I better have my part. You're like, do you even know what we doing? How you come up with a part? I was at home one Shabbat, I heard something. So I said, you know what? I was walking in my closet, I heard this. I don't wrote it now, because I heard it. I said, I got it. She said, I got it. I said, I said, I don't know what she talking about. I just stayed in my closet. I said, I don't know who she hollering at. I'm just staring at my clock. I said, whatever you doing, you go ahead on and do it, cause it got nothing to do with me. She like, okay. I said, I went, got my phone. I thought you said you weren't gonna. I said, you was talking about what I was talking about? I was gonna write it. I said, you never wrote nothing. She wrote something one time. Listen, she wrote the same word that went with the song. I said, that's scary. I thought she did something different. She wrote the same lyric pretty much that went to the song. I'm like, that's called copying. But apparently she was in the spirit, because I said, that's scary. Because she listened to it and she writing down the words. That's the exact same thing they saying. You probably don't want to do that. That's copyright infringement. But no, she wanted to try. You gonna write one? Did you say you gonna write one? That's what I thought. You gonna write it? Who gonna sing it with you? You just gonna sing it? You gonna do everything yourself and record it? What's that about, right? That's why you laughing? Can she write it? What is all that? What he can't get out. What is all that? I tell. Mine too. Yeah. It's some crazy people in here. So we have to just keep ourselves. We have to get right one for Sandy. Sandy can sing. You can hum. Can you clap? Can you wave your hand? All right, we'll try to do it now. Shane, you can sing. Maya. Asa. That's terrible. Talia. Micaiah can sing. What about Big Daddy? Oh my God, they faith found out. Is it that bad? I ain't gonna say who did it, Sandy. Somebody found out they faith bad. Big Daddy can't sing. Oh, he there played. So what about you? You can sing then. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. I know somebody. That's what I'm talking. You can't have no 15 kids and one of them can't sing. It's impossible. The laws are averaging. You just can't have a row of kids can't sing. How y'all think Joe Jackson did it? He had a whole nother family across the street now, down the street. They couldn't sing worth a damn now. Now, damn is the Arbory word for blood. You know, none of them kids can sing because they ain't never made no record. He said, I'm going to live with him with the singer. Y'all niggas stay down the street down here. That's what he did. He was smart, didn't he? Them other niggas had him broke. He'd have been homeless. Where he at now? Dead. He must have moved down the street to the mother kid. Might left another record for him to keep living. Well, here we go. We're going to try to see what does say Yahuwah. But it's time to get it right, y'all. I know a lot of them don't believe me. They don't say it. You don't believe it. A lot of y'all going to keep playing around, keep messing around, and that thing you know, something wrong with my arm. Can I borrow? Let me see my pencil. Come write an arm for me, pencil. Let me see if it's just me. Or it depends. Sit down. Your name on the board. Come on. Your name on the board. Put a check up right. That thing worse than mine. I try to get some help. You can't. But I appreciate it. Let me say that though. My pastor has a lot of knowledge. That thing show his red back a lot. I hope he don't tip over. Can I get somebody that's right me an arm here, man? Minister Dexter. Can you write an R for me? I want to just say, do the R for me. And then, that R, that's what I'm talking about. You left-handed too, ain't it? Yeah, I don't like that one either. Don't worry. Yeah, but you came in with so much style with grace. Why isn't it somebody else? I'll give me some. Chris. Man ain't got nothing. What happened, Chris? What was going to happen if you wrote it? You ain't had no confidence in your arm. I don't know who made this stupid art anyway. They should have made it easy. They got to loop it around and stick. I used to have all these problems. I guess when you get old, things just change. You get the right. So I'm gonna go back to elementary. Y'all still, they make you still write in them 2 lines with the little dot line in the middle. Does anybody use that paper? Y'all remember that paper? Yes, sir. What the with the 2, yeah, that's the way you start at right now. That thing had you going, but you had them crooked letters all past the line. Let me tell you, I got 2 people I want to give one to. My pastor since I was a little boy, and Minister Dexter. Yeah, time just come and get us out the while. After a while, it don't matter. That's a good thing about a cursor. You know how to spell. Write the first letter and just wave the rest of it. That's why they made it on cursive. People like some of them letters just in the way. You don't really need them. You seen people do their signature. I know about it. He do something. He go up and I said, "What is that?" He said, "That's my signature." I said, "Man, let the police see it." I'm like, "Man, I thought he was abbreviating." He said, "No, that's it. That's legal. Once you get it and you get it." Now we had another man with him. He got here. He went and got here a copywriter. He wrote it. I seen it. I said, "I'll tell you what, you can lose that car." I said, "Anybody gonna write that?" I seen it was semicolon, dot. Yeah, seriously. We had a copyright. I said, "What's all that mess on that paper?" He said, "That's my signature." I said, "For what?" He said, "I got a copyright. Somebody tried to steal it." Oh, this nigga ain't got nothing in here. This nigga had lint in his pocket. Who gonna steal your signature? You know, people who worry about stuff like that, you look at people with major, you talking about assets and money, those people don't even copyright their signature. It's always broke people find the dumbest stuff to do. You know, that copyright for your signature, you know how many people got the same name? You can't own no name. I don't know what's wrong with these people. But then again, white people do it. So I can't say that in and right. Let me ask you something. Is that the Louis Vuitton in the time? Lady B. What? No, say Louis Vuitton. She's saying that Lady B, it ain't the Vuitton. If somebody knock in your head and they find that thing ain't real, they gonna come back and hit you again. We was over there in Africa, they had some Louis Vuitton. I said, this, I started looking at it, I said, this ain't Louis Vuitton. She said, I said, you know, you're a marriage, you go to jail. She said, you could buy. I said, you didn't get me locked up, go to no customer with that junk. I said, I'm folks catch you in the customer. They get me for smuggling. I said, buying that junk. I had somebody fake stuff, and I look at this stuff. I said, that's a nice Adidas. I said, I ain't never seen these Adidas. I said, are these Adidas? She said, I put them back. I said, no. I told her, I said, man, y'all gonna go to jail. I had me locked up. I tried to get on that plane, them folks kept me, custom kept me back. Oh, nigga, you going to jail now? It ain't that simple for some. Who goes to jail for fake Adidas? Nah, stupid that look. You like, they got a special cell for retarded like that. But I mean, over there, it ain't legal. They just do it. I say, y'all keep selling this stuff, but you better not come to America with it. Y'all going to jail. Ain't that right? It is, but making no sense, though, because it's the same cheap material. All these folks do nothing, they just get something, they make a fool out of them. Look at Polo. First, it was a big hype to have that man. I ain't gonna lie, that man on that horse is serious. Folks, you respect that man. You never heard about walking, F that man on that horse. It's all kind of folks to whoop you up. Now they done suckered us so bad, they done stuck a teddy bear on them. What does a teddy bear have to do with a man on a horse? They just move us around. They just show you, I psyched you so long. Now I gave you a teddy bear. You like, if a man, let me tell you something. If it didn't say Polo and a grown man walk around with a bell on his shirt, they'll wear him out. That mean you're a grown man with that kid's shirt on. But call Polo is associated with people like, that's straight right there. I like that, huh? I ain't never seen so many grown men with teddy bears. See that? we losing it. That time, we losing it. All right, then. All right, this is Romans 15, 14. We're using the Bible Gateway. Let me say, how much different is it? We can go back to use the, what's the other one? If that guy right, you got to keep up with all these people. Well, Beth Mashiach, let me just say, I don't know. Probably use the Tanakh when we go to the Old Testament. Do they have a Tanakh up here? Let's see how it read. Oh, they don't have, well, you don't probably find, no, they're not going to have it on now. I don't know if they did. Yeah, let's just go back and use that one. I mean, really, it's so terrible. Just about right with them. By the time you look at all of them, King James, all of them together, All these people just riding, everybody just made a fool out of them. And what it does, though, in actuality, it keeps us on our toes to where you don't get comfortable into these people. I know people say, well, I wish we stay with one version, using the wish, not wishing literally, but in conversation, people use it, desire rather, that we just get the right version and use it. The problem is, it's just, I mean, everybody has played with us, and I think it gets us to that point of realizing you can't trust nobody. Don't trust the Jewish version. Don't trust the African-American version. Don't trust the American version. Really, it just keep you on toes to look at. You got to constantly keep searching and looking. Nobody's to be trusted. Stop being comfortable. When you get comfortable, what happened? They got us comfortable with religion, and look what happened to it. We suppressed the understand. We suppressed the language. We suppressed the ideas. Look where we at now. I mean, we was a people. We were vibrant people. We was a surviving people. I won't go to, oh, we had all these universities, because I don't know where people get this stuff from. Two niggas sitting on a brick, right on the ground with a stick is not a university. Just for the record now, I'm not going to call that no university, okay? I'm not going to call it. We had knowledge, make no mistake. We had wisdom. We knew how to build. We knew how to construct. We knew how to sew. We know that from our writings, because we had to design our garments. So there are things we know. We had to build the mashkan, so we knew that we had to know numbers. We had to know how to configure, you know what I'm saying, how to construct. That's without a doubt, okay? So we knew where to build and where not to build. He told him, a man that built his house on the sand, he let you know what kind of person he was. Why would he use that talking to them? They were builders. They knew already. Nobody would do that. Then you know what bad, though, to tell you that? Why all these stupid folk own beachfront property? The man told her clear about a man, he's out liking him to a foolish man. Built his house on the sand. Every time around, folk down there trying to wonder why their house got taken. I wouldn't insure it. I opened the book up and said, read this passage right here. You can build it, read this. Let me tell you how stupid it is. This just showing you what people in general. Do y'all not remember they had to take down that apartment complex in Florida? Y'all know why they had to take it down? Because of the ocean was washing under the ground, had been washing away. That's what they claimed they had to take that building on down. It had been washing, they saying that's how it fell down. They were too close to the beach. They were trying to say the water on the current, and I think they had did some other stuff. They were trying to say with all the digging and stuff they're doing, the water had been working over time, had been going. I think they built it in the 80s or something. And they had water, and they had eventually had to tear it down. So when you start looking at what he told us, it was certain things we knew not to do. White people knew that. Nobody had no houses on no beaches. Don't y'all know after slavery, even in South Carolina, they gave the beachfront property to black people? White people weren't building on no beaches. Nobody built on no beach. It made no sense. You know that water's coming in. Why would you build a house on the beach? But now, for some reason, that's the most intelligent thing to do. You're building on sand. If it's a beach, what's sitting in front of the beach? What makes you think the water stopped right there? Why don't you think water, the earth is what, about 80%, 70% water? What do they try to say scientifically? 60, 70? What sign, people? So I'm going to put it at a higher rate depending.
67 to 72.
Okay, so say at 70%. So what make you think this is all the water in the front of the land? Right. In Florida, they got places you can't even dig 6 feet to bury. Right. A lot of places you can't even put pigs in now. Them bastards will dig up, your whole house will be washed down the street. So a lot of stuff, if you just look at, he shows, man, you constantly keeps going against the logic that he tried to show you. It makes no sense. Newark didn't try to build nothing in that boat. He's like, when I build a boat, that's it. I ain't building, I get to dry land. And he didn't let him out on the beach either, did he? Because he'd have did something like us, been stupid and tried to build one. I seen a documentary trying to show about Newark, who they call Newark Ark. Man, that thing's so ridiculous. They had a pontoon boat with glass in the bottom of it. That man had like 2 sheeps on now. Y'all laugh. This more ridiculous thing I said. It was a history, like a history channel. I just had to flip to see anything. Dummy thing I said, it was a pontoon boat. It had like 3 animals on it. And it had other men on it. The only thing had the women on there. The thing was just so retarded. And you know, it's sad because people tend to believe what they say on TV. They've learned that. That's how they can give you all these different ideas by using the television and give you these books. When people read books, they pretty much hold that information. You can see people collage the library, you see all the books they read. That forms the type of person you become. Okay, you don't have to believe it. Listen, what you eat, what you watch, helps more or less conform the type of person that you are. That's why you gotta be careful about what you intake. I try to teach y'all how to watch TV intelligently. I told y'all to watch that movie, Megan. How many of y'all watched it? Some of them. So you can kind of see why they have a problem today. Yep. Why they trying to stop a lot of this. Ain't that amazing? They make a movie like that. That movie was made now before they coming out now they say how they want to stop this AI. They keep playing with stuff they can't control. They keep playing with stuff you can't control. Yahuwah done already tried it. Here, let me ask you something. Let me tell you something. First artificial intelligence is man. You the first artificial intelligence. So when he made Adam, where did he get his information from? Who gave it to him? Who taught him how to do what he was doing? So was it his intelligence? Artificial. These laws that you learn not to steal and how to do it, not to, are these laws you came up with on your own? Where'd you get them from? Artificial intelligence. Where's the world at right now based off of artificial intelligence? Huh? School shooting, church shooting, bank shooting, child molestation, fornication, homosexuality, rampant, all based off of artificial intelligence. You know what he learned? When you give a nigga something, he's going to take off on his own. Okay. I'm sure y'all think y'all got intelligence. You couldn't possibly have nothing. Then you got everything you got come from him. I'm trying to tell you, where you think the first artificial intelligence come from? So if it's not from you, anything you're doing, you displaying it from what he shows you. So this AI intelligence, they call it, where are they getting this intelligence from? And once you lose it, you're giving it the ability to do what? To make decisions. And he showed you what happens when you leave people to make decisions. You got to get it. And he went back to look at it. I got to reconstruct this. It's got to be reprogrammed. That's why he scrapped the first model. He said, I got to scrap all these people. This was just a bad idea based off of these people. You got to have somewhere you can control it, where you can cut off and stop it. Okay. You leave a man here, you give him not the information and let him go, you think he's just going to do the right thing? You show your kids how to use a gun, leave them at home with a gun, and they're going to keep it right there in the house. That gun going to school, it's going to the playground, ain't going to be used everywhere else. Okay, I'm just trying to tell you. We keep telling you, you better do what I tell you to do. Artificial intelligence. They're not. They're going to come up with their own way. That's what man does. Hello? Y'all need to know the truth about yourself. Y'all hear me? Even Yahushua told you when he came, he said, the words I have, he said, they're not my own. Hello? He was trying to show you how to control AI. Okay. That's what he was trying to show you. He was showing you AI can't be controlled. See, the reason why man can't stop those machines that they make in those computers, because all of him going to show him, I ain't going to let you make nothing that you're going to control going to run right, because you won't do what I told you, and I made you, and you won't run right. That don't make sense. You look like you're smarter than me. You're doomed to fail. Okay. I don't know what y'all doing. These people get these dogs, certain dogs years ago, you don't even see them no more hardly, Doberman pension. A lot of people, years ago, German Shepherd was hot. In the 70s, German Shepherd was hot. You'll see one like here or there, most of the police dogs, they get the little skin. Them fat will eat too much. They met. One turd be about that big. Look like 17 Snickers mashed together. Them big German Shepherd, you don't want, but them turd out, got that. And that thing get in the groove of your tennis shoe, throw your shoes away. You can't dig it out with a stick. Man, you have doo-doo in there for months. Step in a German Shepherd doo-doo and see how quick you get it out. Man, leave them, take them shoes out and walk home barefoot. Listen, them dogs, let me tell you they found them dogs. Them dogs, you remember 70? Let me tell you, for all these pit bulls come along, it was bulldogs. Nobody ain't had no pit, but all that stuff folk keep creating and making. Nobody had no Rottweilers in those 70s. You remember Rottweiler? You never even heard no Rottweiler. It was German Shepherd, Doberman Pit, them your bad two dogs, St. Bernard. You had a little fat bulldog. Them dogs start turning on their owners. Because they train them, you feed them dogs turn on them. Yahuwah said, you know what? Now you understand what I'm dealing with. Can't believe it, huh? You done raised it from a puppy. Done sat here and taught it and trained it, and then turn on you and kill you. He said, that's what you did to me. I make your dog turn. Everything you get, it turn on, it backfire. He's trying to show you. Please, I got married. I gave him everything. I can't believe it. And they went out after another man or went out another woman. He said, you ain't going to believe it. You sound like me. I gave my wife everything. Turned around and burnt me and went with somebody else. See, that's why nothing's going to work for us. Nothing's going to work for Ish, unashamed, man. for mankind, understand, until he turns back to Elohim. It will continue to be destruction. It will continue to be havoc wreaked on us because he's trying to turn us back to him. Nothing's going to work for us until we start working for him. All right, go figure. Let them make it many robots they can make. Let them get them, let the robot turn and kill them all. They'll learn their lesson. Think about it. He made us, we turn around and kill the sun. Only makes sense for us to make something that turn around and kill us too. All right, go figure. All right, let's see this. 15:4, listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
For whatever was written before.
Nikatab to lamed us.
To teach us, to show us, to instruct us.
So that through endurance.
Through going through and not quitting.
And through the nakum of the Ketubim.
And through the writing. And through the comfort of the writings, we might have a cord, have an attachment.
Yes, sir.
I'll take that. Let me see what the 66th chapter of the book of Yeshayahu. What a reason to come on. Let's see what it says. Yeshayahu, they call Isaiah 66:1. Let's see what it says. Got to get it right. Like this amount, just got to be right. That's all right. Got to be right. He might come tonight. Just got to be right. Everybody. Y'all keep playing around. Y'all see. That man coming back. That man. Might that fast you can move. We're going to be in trouble. God, the man. That man got all the moving parts anymore. You say you're on a diet, though, ain't you? Take that T off for it. They ain't on the diet. Right. Y'all don't like that? I spelled it and I took a T off. Mommy, I made it funny. Yeah, he hanging in there, though. Everything. I said, everything hanging. Come on, listen.
Thus says Yahuwah, the Shamayim is my throne.
And that's what they want to know. Listen.
And the Aratz is my footstool.
What do you want to know?
Where then is a bed that you could build for me.
That's all he want to know. What you plan on building for me? Anything you're going to try to put in, he said, I put my foot on top of that. I don't think a whole lot about it. I put my foot on top of it. You know, in Islamic country, Muslim countries are insult, ain't it? I want to stick my foot on one of them folks, I'm going to wind up losing that leg in my life. Automatically, that's going to be a death sentence. That's an insult. He said, well, that's a right. He said, I put my foot on top of that. Tell the Muslim to go out there and try to kill him. They don't know what they believe. Man, tell them he got his foot on top of it. They sit around hollering, they don't want to see a foot. Then they wash their foot. I don't know why they wash them. They dirty, filthy anyway. People, man, tell the religion is dangerous. I'm just being honest. It hurts you. Hey, you don't even, some stuff you ain't logic. So you in the bed, your foot touch your old lady. What you do? You cut a leg off? So you sit here, you have a little newborn baby. You know, a little boy and baby, they'll pick their feet up at. What you do with them? Do you kill them? Or you say they're in innocence? They can't remember which way their religion go. So I don't know. So he want to know anyway. Thus said Yahuwah, the existing one, the Shamayim is my throne, and the Alam, what do you use for him? Aratz, right, the Aratz for earth, him, is my footstool. Where then is the bed that you could build for me? Question. So what are we going to build for him? What do you want to know? Listen.
And where then is a Malkum that I may rest.
He want to know where's a place that I could rest.
For my hand made all these things. Thus all these things came into being, declares Yahuwah.
See that? So all this stuff you got, he said, already came into being by my hands. I want to know what you're going to build for me. Because you know what? Even with religious institutions, including Yehudi, we all try to pride ourselves on building nice edifices. You know, I'm not big on sticking all that money into that simply because we're here. This ain't our place of where he wants to spend alarm forever and ever. But we try to build a neat, clean place until he get back here and want to respect it. But he wants to know what y'all plan on doing for me. That's what I know. He said all the stuff that's here, he said, I already made that. Now what you gonna build for me? Hello? Hello? He wants to know where's the place that you're gonna build for me. Let's see what he wants to know.
But to this one I shall look.
He said, that's what I'm gonna look. Because you remember what's important for us, because I mean, you gotta think back in their mind. They already had a house that was built. Solomon already built the place. And we made a beriff with him concerning that place. That if we got put to the worst, if anything happened to us, that he would look at that place. We had a contingent with him to get back to that place, to even look back to that place, to even turn toward that place. So it's kind of like, I would think myself, I mean, didn't we already build you one? Don't you already have one? He said, I want a place that I can rest in it. Apparently the place that we built, he said, that's not a place that I feel secure in. That's not a place, I would never inhabit it. Like somebody say, hey man, that pull over here stay. And we pull up at a Motel 6 and all the doors open. You see folks smoking crack drinking. What you gonna say? Yeah, they can get a room. You say, I'm not going in there. Why? Because you're gonna be in your own room though. You ain't gonna be, think about it. Those people out there walking, selling dope, music playing, you know, you see a girl clearly prostitution. You see a guy clearly you see selling. But you're gonna go in your room. Correct? You're not gonna be out here dealing with those people. But yet you'll even look and say, I'm not staying there. Can we all agree to that? Why would that? Because of the atmosphere, because of things going on around it? Is that safe to say? So that's what he's saying. You can't expect me to stay in that place, can you? Not with all that stuff going on, because now you're looking at the people attributes of what they're doing out there. He said, I'm looking at the attributes of what these people are doing to him. He said, these people in here doing drugs. These people in here, they whoremongering, they fornicate, they commit adultery. These people are drinking. These people are. He said, you can't expect me to stay in that place, can you? He said, well, but you can come here because I couldn't come in there. So I want to ask you, so what place you going to build for me that I can rest? He want a place that I can feel, because rest tip, you want to feel somewhere, you let him close your eyes, I feel safe. I feel secure, right? He said, what place you going to build for me that I'm secure? Because rest, I'm planning on staying there. I want to stay for a while. If I'm resting. This ain't important to y'all. He want to know what you plan on building. All right, let's see.
But to this one I shall look.
He said, to these people, what I'm going to do?
To this one I shall look.
Listen why.
To him who is humble and contrite of ruach.
We talked about that. Contrite. Let's look up the word. We talked about humble. Let's look up humble. Let's look up contrite, because I know we forgot it. And that's fine, because if he tell you he's going to look to one, you might feel like you're in the running. And you might be. But we won't know unless we know what the words mean. So what we're going to have to do, we'll look at it from the English, and we'll look at it and see what word and how it was used, and see does it give us a different meaning to how he used it from the Abari sense, because that's what we want to know. And that's why I say it's important, because y'all got to look at this. If people got it wrong with the correct writings, surely we can get it wrong with some transliteration. So it's needful to make sure we can get as close and get accurate as possible, and make sure the understanding there, because you got to figure it's dangerous when all these religions, Jehovah's Witnesses, Christians, Pentecostal, whether they're all on the crib, Pentecostal, Holiness, Jehovah's Witness, any of these people, they all use the same Bible. They might have put Jehovah for Lord, but they all use the same Bible. And everybody doing something different. That's scary. How many different ways can you use three little pigs? How about Humpty Dumpty? I guarantee you put Humpty Dumpty in every one of them churches, read it. You just drop it in any one of them churches. If he preach it, he's going to preach it just like it written. See, I got a problem with that, though. How you get Humpty Dumpty, three little pigs, right, and Little Red Riding Hood, and you got this book clearly saying something, and you're not saying that? Yeah. How is it all y'all got the same book and everybody saying something different? So that's why for people who might look at Tony Smith, get on my nerve, him and all that, every time you read one, because it's scary that all these people can read something and do something totally different. And nobody's thinking about Is it the heart? Because we can say he'll allow you to see what he wants you to see. And let me be clear with that, because a lot of times I think people use that for an excuse. Based upon my heart, okay? That's how I'm going to see it. Okay? I smoke crack. How I'm going to see him saying don't smoke? Well, not only just against me, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to curve it away to where it can still justify me smoking crack. Because that's where my heart at. So I'll never see don't smoke the same way. I'm going to take that, I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use it in a whole nother different sense to get you to look at something different than what he's literally trying to tell me to do. Because I need to make it fit me, and that's what religion has learned how to do. You learn how to make it fit. Y'all got what I'm saying? So this is the thing, because I want people going and saying, you know, so if I don't see something right, I say, well, that's the mind the Lord gave me. No, that's not what he gave you. This is the problem we got. Based upon what you want to do, that's how you see it. Now, let's see something. How about that? Let's see that. Oh, but let's have a look. Let me see something, Boston. Barashit 2:16. Y'all heard it. Let's see if it's my talk. Y'all want to do that? Or let's see if it's based upon the heart. How about that? We'll come back, Yahuwah willing. They call it Genesis, Barashit. In the height of beginning, or in the beginning, 2:16. Listen.
Yahuwah Elohim Amar the Ish, saying,
Amar means he commanded, he ordered. He commanded him to do what?
From any ox of the gun,
For any.
you may freely eat.
So eat without repercussion. Free to eat. There's no charge to it. No penalty on it. You can do it. Penalty free. Free. Don't cost you nothing. Y'all got it. Won't cost you your life. Won't cost you no money. Listen.
But from the ox of the knowledge of Tub and Rosha, you shall not eat from it. For in the yom that ye eat from it, you shall surely moot.
Okay. Let's go to 3 and 1. Same book. We don't really want 1. We'll jump down about probably 3 and, well, let's see. Yeah, we'll go ahead then. All right, go ahead.
Now the Nakash was more crafty than any beast of the field.
The Nakash is the Abari word for serpent. That they call serpent. Go ahead.
Which Yahuwah Elohim had made.
Now, don't forget they call the devil. That's why they call the devil a serpent, because he's slew-footed. So anytime you see a slew-footed, y'all heard that for old slew-footed.
That's right.
So what you call a slew-footed person?
That's right.
Now you got slew-footed people trying to walk bow-legged. Joker trying to walk like this, trying to look bow-legged, he's slew-footed. So folk won't call him the devil. When you seen the devil's feet? How many of y'all heard Christian preacher call the old preacher call him old slew-foot? Where you get this from? And then you have folk looking at slew-footed people telling them, you know the devil's slew-footed. When you seen it, when you got in the right by Satan's feet? But look at how y'all heard this lie before. Old slew-foot heard it. Where did it come from? You never read that. That's why I told you it's dangerous that people read and they just figure, you just configure, and you have people, old preachers you say all the time, old slew. Then you hear it, so you figure he's slew-footed because you heard the preacher say it. That's how they beat you. You learn to repeat and repeat. Biggest 2 twins ever been on the planet. Repeat and repeat. The nigga is repeat. All we've been doing is repeating. That's why I want us to look at words, see what they mean, get an understanding. Listen to this. Now the Nakash was more crafty than any beast of the field, which Yahuwah, the existing one, the existing mighty one, had made. Barah. Did it give him Barah for made him? Or use a different word for made? Sada. Yeah, Sada. Sada. No, Sada. I'm going to say that, check this. Yeah, all right. All right, there he's Sada. And he
said to the Ashah.
I think it'd be Ish for her, wouldn't it? Isha.
Isha.
Typically Isha.
Isha. Indeed, has Elohim said, you shall not eat from any ox of the gun.
Question. Go ahead.
The Isha said to the Nakash, from the pari of the ox of the gun we may eat.
Isha. Say, Okay. The Isha said to the Nakash, from the pari of the ox of the gun, we may eat.
But from the pari of the ox, which is in the middle of the gun,
Tell what happened.
Elohim has said, you shall not eat from it,
What else?
nor touch it,
What happened?
lest you moot.
Y'all understand that? Who told her not to do that?
Elohim.
Elohim. We'll take that, whether it come from Adam or him, it's the same. Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes,
I
sir.
can prove it. 5:17, 18, 19, 5:19 of the book of 2 Corinthians. 5:19. Let's see. Listen.
Since that Elohim was in the Mashiach reconciling the Elam to himself,
Y'all hear what he told you was? That Elohim was in the Mashiach. And what was he doing?
reconciling the Elam to himself, not counting their trespasses against them.
So you see what he did? Wrapped himself up. They just told you he was in the Mashiach.
Yes, sir.
That's how he was doing, reconciling them. That's how he was able to do it. He used a man, so he had to get himself and put himself inside of him. That's how he did it. And he got out before Moot overtook him. Because Elohim can't move. He had to get out. He had to escape it. He can't die. That's how he did it. He left him. Listen.
And he has committed to us the bar of
Y'all see
reconciliation.
what he did? Listen what he did. Now, he was in the Mashiach. That's how he reconciled the Elam back to himself. And listen what he did. He committed to us the word, the bar of reconciliation. Listen what he did.
Therefore, we are ambassadors for the Mashiach,
Representative for him. It's like what?
and that the Elohim was pleading you through our hands.
Y'all see that? So when she said Elohim told her, it could have came from Adam. It was still from Elohim. He just told you that right here. He said that we ambassador for the Mashiach. Just like he was doing it by us. We were doing it we just stand in his stead. That's what he had Adam for, to put in his stead. Why was he going to put him here and let him rule the gun? I made it. Why won't I stay here and rule it? I need an ambassador. That's why he could go and he can name the animal. It's for me. They got their name from him. They tell you Adam named it. I assure you it came from him. Artificial intelligence.
That's right.
You think he just sat here? Where you getting out of front of name animal?
That's right.
You just got the dirt. Where you get that? Where you get all that brain from? You could have had. Where you get a brain from? That you just walk out everything. You been ran out. I couldn't get you to name 100 people. You been the same name so many times, be ridiculous. Share it, share it, share it, share it. I remember a nigga lying, trying to count talking about how many women he slept with. He was naming them for old lying nigga. I know he was lying. He's talking about Mary, Mary, Mary. Then I just stop it. Just stop it. No good way you ain't slept with all them women, telling them lies. Once you tell me you can count, I know you lying. Unless you ain't had but one or two. I ain't got no number. I'm proud of Wilt Chamberlain. I'm probably two less than Chamberlain. Did y'all prove Wilt Chamberlain was lying? We don't know he was lying. They could have just cut that interview out to start with. They got a paper said, I want you to write 24,000 here, one by one. Oh, watch your hand while I said, now that's your hand. What you think your pick will do? They'll write them. Take your time. Write them, Will. Man, them now get this squiggly messing around. I said, that's your hand. You know your pickle ain't going to last long in your hand. See, that's how you start that lie. You got to give people logic. When he said he start writing, his hand get wiggly around 80-something right now, keep going. We got a long way to go. And you tell me your pickle is more sturdy than your hand. Stop it. So I'd have ended all that right there. They'd been over with. Wilt corrected. That other guy wouldn't have told that lie he was him. Rest of them wouldn't be telling all these lies. And the world keep going on. Yeah. But see, if you don't give people logic, you won't stop them. So I just want to show you that. Listen, this is what he told you we do. We ask you on the behalf of to do what? To who? So why he ain't asking you to do it? Since he wanted to get back, what you want he to do it?
That's right.
You know what I'm supposed to say sometimes? But you know what's amazing? Sometimes we do that. We were kids. You'll say to your friend, go ask her she'll go with me. Who remember that element? You get. Well, why are you saying in front? So when your friend asked, does she go with him? No. But he's standing in your stead. And he's asking on your behalf. Y'all see what I'm saying? Smitty know about that. She said her friend to me. I didn't want to call out, but see how your life worked. That's how it worked. She said, because she couldn't touch. She was so, it was a lot. There was a lot of pressure on her. She didn't know how to have it. She was so nervous and shy. And that little humble little girl, seeing a shoe untied, one shoe. I said, she need a lot of help. And I knew I could build. You know what I'm saying? That's when I look at them houses. Folks look at, preacher, how you take them burn? How you take them around? I said, you don't even want to know. I tell a little country girl, she talk like this because she's really excitable. She really excitable like that. I said, take your time. Just slow down. I'm going to be here. Take your time. Then I got her now, look at her, she can get a whole sentence out of her mouth. Girl can cipher and everything. Arithmetic. So I was just using it just show you because she said Elohim. Let's go back to 2. I'm sorry, 3. Where we left out? 3 and 2, 2 and 3. I mean 3 and 2, 3 and 4. Where we at? 3 and 4. We already did this? Okay. 3 and 4. All right, listen. 3 and 5. Borrow a sheet they call Genesis 3 and 5. Listen.
For Elohim knows that in the womb ye eat from it, your womb shall be opened, and you shall be like Elohim.
See that? And you should be like Elohim.
Knowing Tub and Rosha.
Listen,
When the Isha saw that the ox was tube for food, and that it was a delight to the and that the ox was desired to make one wise.
What man Elohim gave her? Read that part.
And when the Isha saw that the ox was tube for food, and that it was a delight to the and that the ox was desirable to make one wise, she took from its pari and ate.
No, read the one where Elohim gave her the mind. Where he'll come in and he'll give you, like you'll have a mind to do right, and then he'll give you a mind and to go wrong.
Ain't there.
Why y'all think she messed up? That was in her law. So see, and I say that because I think a lot of times people have a bad perception of him. Because you'll think, because the way it kind of gets said, it's right, I just mean whatever, just do whatever, because it's the mind he give me. You'll be a stupid fool. It doesn't make sense to reconcile you. I'm trying to get you back from the situation and state you in. But only to do that, you got to see you fail yourself. See, he wanted them to see a lot of that, realize everything you did was to your own hurt. You got to start looking at, examining the decisions you made have put you in the position you're in. Quit putting on, well, I'm in here because that's where the Lord want me to be at. See, and it becomes piss poor because you'll use that for an excuse not to do better. Or you'll use that for an excuse not to defend, because you'll feel like, well, the Lord want me to do, he'll let me do better. When the Lord give me do, he'll give me a mind. You got conditions that are not favorable towards you. Those conditions are designed to get you to consider, to get you to look where you put yourself at. And based upon them, you go back and look at, based upon what I told you. All these things only happen to you because I told you what was going to happen. You were going to lean to your own understanding. Because you say, that's the way I understand it. That's the way the Lord want me to get it. Are you serious or are you leaning? Because how did I make Ish? It's going to make sense. I'm going to tell you not to lean. Now, when I told you I made you upright, why would you be leaning? How many? And he told you to lean not, didn't he? All part, they heard their own understanding. Why hear you lean? Because you're going to move. You're going to serve. That's something you're going to, them decisions. We got to stop. Sometimes he just get a bad, it's just a bad psychic people have about that. I'm just doing whatever, and this is what he want me to do. That don't make sense. Why would he write what he want me to do and what I'm doing until he want me to do it? That's crazy. Okay. And that's what I want us to look at and consider was desirable. And that's what you got to start considering. That's why you got to desire life. So you got to put something out here to make a person consider it's better to live than to die. Regardless of the circumstances, situations around you. Yeah, a lot of times you be in a situation where you almost gravely ill and you could desire death, but you got to consider there's another death coming up. There's another move in the judgment, which is the mashpat. So it's so to our end to make sure we really get this right and have an understanding and realize a lot of our situation is because of us. Let's see something real quick. See that the 29th chapter of the book of, let's see the 29th chapter of the book of Allah Hadabarim. Since we ain't got nothing wrote or made up, let's just go with what he give us. How about that? They call it Deuteronomy. Let me say that now. Deuteronomy might possibly mean these are the words in somebody else's language. I wouldn't know it. And nobody never told us. You know what? No books, what they called it the Bible back then, never had no significance in the name. Other than that's book, go look in that book. Was that for y'all? Was it ever, oh, that's the book that mean, no, on the book had a meaning that we remember people call Revelation. That's the only book that, oh, that's the book by the end of the world. That book's scary, that powerful book. What, the whole book powerful? Why you had to get that realize it's powerful? Whole book, the man been killing folk before you read Revelation. Why you ain't been paying attention for? I'm telling you, that book that's a powerful book. They show we stupid. All right, let's see. Listen. We can cut the heat off if it's still on.
Of the Berit.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah, these are the words.
Of the Berit, which Yahuwah Amar Mushah, to make with the Beni of Yasharal in the Arats of Moab.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the Berit which he had made with them at Koreb.
See that? He said besides that one. Go ahead.
And Mushah Yakra to all Yasharal and said to them.
What did he say to Yasharal? He that ruleth Elohim. For those that don't know what Yasharal means, it means he that rule as Elohim. Which means that is what? AI? If I'm ruling like, am I him? No more than them robots gonna be us either. It's so bad. Listen, y'all don't know how far these people done went with these robots, do you? Y'all do know they got stripper AI robots. These bastards been paying them. Okay. What y'all think they gonna do? I told y'all years ago I had that doctor talking about getting that sex doll. I cut him off. When your doctor talking about buying a sex doll for $9,000, I think he said thing supposed to have like 1,500 words. This was way back in 2000. It's probably like 2009 or 8 or somewhere in that time, somewhere back up in there. Yeah, he dead now. That robot probably rocked their world. He was old then. Man, that thing can speak. That thing know 1,500 words. You do not want to get caught with that thing. That's like super Viagra. That thing be around and plug yourself up and start pulling power from your neighbor's house. You done. What you finna do with that? You ever been tore up your pee hole? You don't remember no stuff like that. Y'all better start checking. Now y'all got to worry about the sissy and the robot. Both of them will kill you. Okay. They ain't mess around and give you a bug. I'm going to find out. Everybody time. You're not right. That cyber says it's going to kill them. Raw, think about what kind of bug is that right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because computer have bugs. What that thing give you a virus? You might not have said that thing, I think I gave you a virus. That's done. Put one of them computer analytic viruses in you, one of them things nobody can't get out. Can't go to the doctor, you gotta call one of them IT guys. Can't even go to the doctor, IT guy gotta come help you. He gotta clean your motherboard. And what if you ain't been cleaning it and it musty? Your motherboard smell like a musty squirrel. Now he can't help you. You like that, Roy? I like that, ain't it? That's how I'm telling him now. There's a lot gonna come out. Y'all believe that thing? Roy don't walk out. He like, I like that. That's good teacher, good teacher. Come on. Something wrong with all y'all.
You have seen all that Yahuwah
I thought Lee was talking to me that you don't see. Who you talking to, Lee? Go ahead. That's right, listen.
And Mushah Yakra to all Yasharal and said to them, you have seen all that Yahuwah did before your own in the Arats of Mizraim to Pharaoh and all his Abadim and all his Arats. The great trials which your own have seen, those great arts and wonders. Listen. Yet Yahuwah has not given you a lob to know, and to see, and ears to shama to this yum.
Now, this is the thing you want to go with. Let's go with what he said. Because this come right back at what I'm saying. Now, notice what he told them first. They had seen all that he did to Pharaoh in Mizraim. Correct? What did they see? What did he tell them they saw? The wonders, the signs, the arts, all those things they saw. And yet he hadn't given them to that day a mind and hadn't given them a heart that they can understand it. So what you think created their heart? It's because of what they saw. It was because of what they saw. It allowed them to make a better decision. It allowed them to come in. The heart that he gave them, the eyes he gave them to see was what he just told them. They seen all these things that happened. And now you come to a point in your life to look at through all that I've gone through and coming out and all I suffered, and we wind up getting ourselves right into people getting killed and getting destroyed, all this thing happening. And I'm finally coming to the realization it's more profitable and beneficial to do what this man said do. Did he literally come down and put a heart in these people? No. The word. Through all the events, because I told you what was going to happen. In the 28th chapter, he said, I set before you barakas and all that. So you can choose. What's going to make me pick the baraka? Because of the Allah. Because I done seen what happened with the Allah. So now it comes down to convicting me. To realize not to do my own thing. People keep waiting for the man to come. I'm not putting another heart in you. I'm going to change it with the information. What you're going to hear, I'm going to tell you about it. So when you see it come to pass, you're going to see, I know what I'm talking about. With Adam and the core and the God, what did they really understand about I'm going to die? You've never seen nothing of that. What did you see die? What's really your understanding about die? Surely die. What exactly your definition of that? You never died. You're the only person here. Now, one more person. Who you seen die? You seen Yahushua on the two? You never seen it. What's your understanding? Him telling us I'm going to put a heart in these people in the law because these people are going to see that my word is going to come back for you, just like I told you. In the book of Zechariah, that's what he told you about Abba. Just like he intended to do to us. That's what he did. And it was according to our ways. That was going to try and convince us to turn. See, when you're looking at him to literally come in and give you a new sight, a new eye, it's because of the things we desire they hinder you from. They block you. So you don't see clear. Your conscience is not clear because you have a desire for those things. Unless he showed me those things are a hurt to me, that desire for that is stronger than his will that he wants me to do what he wants me to do. That's how the heart, the mind, and the changes. What is teaching? Show, instruct. Well, that's pretty much it. Right? That's it. So through them being able to see, this is how he lumbered them. Adam got lumbered right there in the gun. How well they'll go? There's some things he need to see. He just hadn't seen nobody die. Till he seen himself being cut off. And I can't get back. Now that's a lesson he been a better person to listen to. Because he can tell you about what he possesses and what he has. What it's like to be with him. I mean, come on. Between him and Yahushua, who could be better to tell you about it? The man can come out and tell you, I was with the Father. Have you guys ever been with the Father? Have you ever heard his voice and seen his shape? Yahushua and Adam, the only two could tell us that. Mushah saw the hind part. He said, you can't do that and live. These are two people that Qaeda tell you they done it. All he did was cover Mushah the hand. He said, when I pass over, I'll proclaim the Shem to you. He said, you can't see me and live. When Moshe's face shined, he ain't seen nothing. He seen the backside he was leaving. And he proclaimed the Shem, and that overshadowed and made his face shine. I'm about to see that. He said, even the book of Yahushua, he said, you ain't heard it, but you ain't seen this shape at any time. The one that came out from him, he did. That's why he could declare about the Abba. And we hear it because this is something we desire. And we on a desire because of what? Look what's going on. Something had to happen to make you desire it. Hello? He told you about a man had two sons. And one asked for all his goods, didn't he? And he went and he wasted it up. And when he got down so low, he got ready to eat with the swine. What did he do? God gave him what kind of heart? Took the situation. That he look at, when you start to get out with these people and you see you eat with the filth of the lawn, you'll consider. He said, you'll consider. That's all. All I did tell you about. But if he had nothing to consider, what was going to make him go back there? Because I'm at the worst of things. I know better. So this causing me to drive back to him. Y'all got it? That's why he let this situation. I know y'all looking at why my life like this? Why this ain't working out for me? Why this ain't? Because he's trying to get you, make sure you need to get back to the Father. He's trying to get you to reconcile. Reconcile. That's for all of us. That's why he let it happen. You need to reconcile. A lot of people don't realize you need to reconcile. Hello? Some of you feel like, but I've been doing better. You ain't did good enough yet. You still at a state where you can still go back. It's like they keep people in intensive care and keep them, that's why they keep them in ICU. They keep them in because it's critical. Right now you need to be monitored. When I move you down another floor, that means I ain't got to be over you, watch you all the time. I need to be watching you. I need to keep watching you so you're in critical care. Isn't that right? Because you can go either way. You can get better. You can be out of here. Hello? Yes, sir. I'm just trying to help y'all out now. You can see it another way you want to, but I'm just telling the truth. Let's go on down and look at what he told them. How about that, since we're over here? Listen.
I have led you 40 Shana in Bamar. Your clothes have not worn out on you, and your sandal has not worn out on your regal. You have not eaten lakam, nor have you drunk wine or strong drink, so that you might know that I am Yahuwah, your all.
So if they got a new heart and new mind, I don't need to hear all this. Why is he going over this? He said, you done seen it? You done seen this? You've experienced this? That's what's changed your heart. See, you in your mind, you keep thinking he's going to literally come down and put something in your chest. He's not going to put nothing in your chest. The word. It just got to find space. The reason it couldn't find space before because all the things we want to do. Come on. To prove it to you, the word needs space. Y'all don't believe it? Where were Yahushua born at? What's the name of the hospital? What was the name? What was the name of the trauma center? Where was he born at? And you know why that was? There was no room found for him. The word. Nobody, it don't make, and listen, I'll be honest with you, I don't have no space for it. I'm like Dave said, man, I'm stacked to the gills. That's the word. That's why they let him be outside. Ain't no room. Then they tell you wasn't no room found in the end. Why you think you ain't got this thing? You ain't got no room. That's why they come in, we got to do some spring, they call it spring cleaning. We got to make room. Sometimes what happens, you get in your closet, you got no room, you start putting stuff where the stuff I wear the least, the stuff I really don't care about, I just been home, it's got to go, I got to make room. That's what he's trying to get you to do him. He got to get you to like it enough to make room. You have to desire it enough to make room. Y'all got it? And that heart now is being transformed and configured, and it's going to be a credit to him because I told you this. But you had to see for yourself. You had to go out here and you had to follow. Why I got to go over this? I done gave you a new heart. I keep moving. Why are we going over these different experiences? 40 years. Because you got to consider, son, who you think was keeping you? Your bad decision had you out here. And I purposely set you in this situation to let you see that you were only living by what I said. You'd be a fool to keep going. So the day was the day they said I made up my mind. I decided to make Jesus my choice. Man, he said, I gave you that law. I gave you that law, that mind. I gave you that own to see that. Because you saw it for 40 years. Go back and consider. How were you making it? How were you making it? And you know what happened? You know what we say? You ain't gonna believe it. I couldn't see that back then. See? I gave you an eye to see it. You think that man physically went and put some new eyes in your eye? Yeah, he illuminated a man who was blind. We try to show you were blind too. So I call situations that happening now you can see. Hello? Yes, sir. Okay. That's all I'm trying to get y'all to see. Look at Balaam. He couldn't see the mile like he could have. The book told you that he was mad. God told him, he said that Nabal was mad. You know, somebody said, man, I'm so mad I can't see nothing but blood. I can't even think straight. When he found out that one was there, when it was to his hurt. When it was to his hurt. And they tried to tell you about the man that he loved the wages of unrighteousness. So it's hard to do what you want me to do, because my heart is really on getting that dollar. He like that, like Caleb said, forget the Shabbat, right back at that money. right back at that money. He take that part, anything about Shabbat service, he like that, right back to that money. Right back, still trying to get that money. Just like Yehuda did. They called you the same thing. Ain't that right? Another man. He ain't care about nothing. The book said, man, love money. That man ain't care about no poor. That man, listen, that's what he does. He love those wages. And that's what he try to show us. What keeps you in these predicament? What puts you in these situations? It's because you're a heart for things. That's why you got to be careful. Why you think he tried to tell her to love, not to alone? Neither the things that everybody that failed him, what you think the problem was? That's it. So now you look at, I got to give you a new heart. I got to give you a new mind, and that's going to come through situations. That's going to come through some things that's got to happen that you'll look at things differently. You'll think differently. You'll act differently because of the events I'm going to bring you through. That's part of learning you. But you look at me to physically give you another heart. No, that's not happening. I'm just going to give you a different way to consider things. And when you start to consider them, the way I'm allowing these things to happen in your life, if you can get past your love, that's the biggest thing that hurt us. Your love, your heart, your affection, your feeling for things. They tell you, don't do it. And you got to see his life. And you'll see it through other people. You know what they look? Those people he talking to 40 years. So what people is it that he talking to? Hands. What been significant for them? These people he talking to, he just told these people, and you came to this place, okay, back me up, 6. You have not eaten bread enough, okay, 5. I have led you, how long? In Bamar, in the wilderness. Your clothes have not worn out on you, and your sandals has not worn out on your feet. What's significant about these people's hands? Ed had a hand up first. What? He took care of them. What you got, Bishop? They seen. What you got, preacher? They were of the arights. What you got, Ian? I can't hear you. What? They were his people. Wow. It's tight. How about the fact that everybody else had died? He only put them there 40 years till everybody died out who he swore wasn't getting in. So the conversation he had with them, you are the people that existed after I did it. These were people that saw the con of Yahuwah. He swore that these people weren't going to get into his rest. So he kept them there 40 years because that was the time, spirit, time he needed to let them die out. So the people he talking to are the people that he didn't let die in Bamartba. That will cause you to change the way you operate in things. I was there. People died. Now time up. What's your decision? You gonna keep going the way you're going? Because we can do this again. So now you got a different heart. Now you got a different mind. Now you see things differently, don't you? Because you saw what happened. You saw from Pharaoh. You know what I did in Pharaoh. You saw what happened for these 40 years. What is that? Let's see what that's happened. How about that? I want you to see that his heart thing work. If you just think it literally, he's just putting the heart in your eye, it don't make sense to have this conversation. Let's just wait on the heart and the mind. Then we'll come back and let's get it right. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because this don't make sense to have, if you just put a new heart, you just gave him a heart, mind, and eyes, why are we talking about this? Let's just wait on the heart, mind, and eyes. What else we got?
And you came to this Malchum, Sekun, the Malak of Keshban.
Is that the heat blowing? Is that the heat on? Oh, no, cut that off. That bad, but yeah, that's toast. Go ahead.
And Og, the Malak of Bashan, came out to meet us for battle, but we defeated them. And we took their Arats and gave it an inheritance to the Reubenites and to the Gadites and to the half Matah of Manassites. Mm-hmm. So keep the Dabarim of this Berith to do them, that you may prosper in all that you do.
See, they're trying to consider. So what was the state What estate were you at with me that I let you conquer these people? And we was able to get a land to them. Because now I'm telling you to do something. So keep the dabarim of this berit, to do them that you may prosper in all that you do. So I'm trying to show them the difference. Now, when we was in Vermont, boy, I killed those people. I let those people die out. That causes your transgression. I show you when you kept what I told you to do, you prospered. When them people came out against you, you took all of them down. And you took their land and you gave it to all these batar I told you. And now I'm telling you to keep it because you were doing it before. So you can keep prospering. See, everything he give you, he giving them something to consider. That's how the mind changed. I'm considering. I remember that. I remember what I had to do. I remember what I had to do. There's certain things, it takes certain advents to get you to start to really consider things. So he's going over them. You saw your defeat. You saw your failure. You saw what happened. And you saw the con. You saw when you did what I told you, things were working for you. Things aren't working for you because you're not doing what I'm telling you to do. Your heart is driven and stuck on things that you can't do. They ain't going to be to your hurt. Come on.
You stand this yom, all of you, before Yahuwah, your all, your Rosh, your Matah,
The head of you, your tribes.
your Zakanim, and your Sarim, even all the Anashim of Yasharal.
Mm-hmm.
Your little ones, your Nashim, and the alien who is in the midst of your camps,
Your foreigners.
from the one who
See, that's, stuff like that shouldn't be put in here. That mess up people too. That's why these people going to the moon. Stupid people hearing alien. Okay. Y'all know how many people use that book to teach space travel? Okay. See, only reason you don't, because he just gave you a teacher and he allowed you not to be stupid. Okay. When they read about Uzziyahu, who they call Uzzah, the book said he made engines. These people wrote in the book that he made engines. Do you know that Hebrew Israelite that will tell you that we already had these mechanical machines before? Okay. But that's why it's dangerous. That's why a lot of these writings are dangerous. Because you start saying stuff that don't make common sense, okay? They'll use that and they'll tell you that Shaul stood in the midst of Mars Hill to prove space travel. That it's in your Bible. Your book, okay, the Bible says that he stood in the midst of Mars Hill. That he went to Mars and stood there because they're stupid. Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, these are places the Greeks named. All these are Greeks. Greek name terminology, and they make a fool out of you. That's why I told you need to teach it. Folks, a lot of people here told they have error using this book. It's a lot of errors, and you have to correct these people. Don't go with they strangers. Don't call these folk aliens. Because somebody's stupid. It ain't your fault saying that. But folks so stupid, man, you be arguing for years about space travel. It's in the Bible. You add to God's word. You take away from God's word. He said aliens were there. Still, if folks are looking for E.T. bicycle. Now why anybody looking for that boy bicycle when Debo took it? Right. Debo right here. Anybody trying to find his bike? His daddy told him to get his bike. You know what I'm saying? It's this, I don't know. People just, go ahead, I'm sorry.
and the stranger who is in the midst of your camps, from the one who chops your wood to the one who draws your ma'im, that you may enter into the Berit with Yahuwah, your Elohim, and into his Berit, the Shabbat, which Yahuwah, your Elohim, is making with you this Yom.
Let me tell you something significant, in that you're reading that. People didn't pick up. See, this make a whole lot of sense now. Okay, in the 8th chapter of the book of Yehukanan, y'all heard it several times, when Yahushua tried to tell you that, then it said, as Yahushua spake these words, what happened now? Many, who? Yahudim among him. Then he said unto them, what did he say unto them? If you continue my dabarim, then you're my talmudim indeed, and you should know the Amat, and the Amat, and they were saying that they had been Abraham's seed. They were never in bondage to anybody. So how was he talking about making them free? Well, see, this is what makes sense when you kind of consider it. Because now when he started talking to people about the strangers, a stranger going to be somebody that's not actually related to you, okay? Then he started talking about to the hewer and the chopper of your wood. You're not going to believe it. those are gonna be slaves. Remember he told you about how he had also called you Ra'ah? And he told you what does a bard don't know. What a bard doesn't know. We quote something different in the 15th chapter. He told you that the bard don't know his Adon will. Remember he told you that? That's in the 15th chapter. We were reading the 8th chapter. We were quoting the 8th chapter. 15th chapter, he told you henceforth, I don't call you no more Abedin. He said, I'm going to call you Ra'ah. He said, because all things I heard of my Abba, I made them known unto you. He tried to tell you, he said, Abba, he said, an Adon doesn't tell an Abad what he does. But I told you. So I changed the status. This, what he told you, is basically parallel off of here. Because let me tell you why. When it came down to it, there was only certain bondmen that we could even take in with us, even when Abraham circumcised his. We could not do it to a higher one. If I hired you for the day, I'm gonna pay you for the day, you have nothing to do with this. You're a day labor. The people that I could bring in this that I'll circumcise are people that's gonna be attached to me, that's gonna be here, that's not leaving me. So I'm paying a man, somebody paying my money, he'll go straight today, then he'll go to Rashida, come to him. So I'm not gonna make him a part of this. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what I say, he's a contractor. See why I heard him too? You know, and get what a contractor want to know. I can't get insurance. The other one, that's what the other one, they employees. Oh. See, because they're a party, they become part of it. Guess who they do profit sharing with? Because you're part of the company. I don't do that with a contractor. See, he put everything tied knotted so you see the difference. See, they both workers, but the status is different. You see what I'm saying? There's certain things I had to do for them. I can't make a contractor wear the uniform, but an employee need to wear a uniform. Because you're part of the company. Make sense? Say, program contract, I can't make it. I can't make a contract to go to work. Can we make it? We had to tell them that we had to offer them. Say, listen, we have this. I had to talk like an employee. I said, you need it. So I said, boy, get the whisker sauce. That's right. I can't say that to a contractor. You know who it look like? I ain't gonna be able to save a contractor. Y'all got it. So now what he's doing, he's trying to change these people's status. He's finna give benefit to people that are Abedin. He said, to the hero of your water, the carrier of your water, I'm going to make them part of this beret. So, see, this is something now when you read makes sense. Because Yahushua's status, talking to them, they're trying to figure out, who do you think he's talking to? We ain't no slaves. See, we already got a part. Slaves had to worry about they can't have a part. And he's letting them know because they can't abide forever. Contractor can't stay forever. They can go somewhere else. They can contract with you with somebody else. But when you're an employee, some jobs don't allow you to have another one. Yeah, true. When you serve you can't have another one. Right. They said, what about you had to call out of that? I'm just playing. I can't work there. I'm just playing. My job won't allow me to have another job. Okay. Go see a Secret Service can work at Wendy's too. Let's go and say it. Go and see if everybody can work at Kroger. All way gonna do it, they're gonna be undercover. They're like, no, my job don't allow me to do that. So they said, because of how strict and how the intelligence is and what you do, it don't allow you to be in the other way. Y'all got it? Yes, so that's what he tried to get us to understand. And the only reason we know about these jobs and certain jobs that don't allow you to work somewhere, like they say you can't, quote unquote, moonlight, is because he wants you to understand with him, you ain't gonna be, when they say do anything else, that's not physically you can't work another job, but I ain't gonna be able to go and commit no adultery. I can't be kazabing. I can't be drunker, because see, that's going to put me out. He going to carry me down. See, I'm trying to, what's serve. And you ain't going to believe it. I'm a hard one to hate the other. You ain't going to believe who's going to get hated. Hello? Who y'all think going to be hated? Why y'all so sure? Hands. What you got to reference to put that in? Restriction. I get that check later. Give me another. Mike had a hand up there. Who had a hand up back there? That tight. That man threw the hand up by Mike over there and do a sweat hand. What you think, you ambidextrous? No, go ahead. What you got? Hated without a cause is what he said. But we're gonna look at who he came from. Leah. She was the Isha that was hated. See, when Yaakov had two wives, see, let me tell you what the folk don't realize. They don't get it. What would the purpose of the man had two wives? One he harbored, the other one he hated. The man told you can't serve two. So all these folks trying to do these 2, 3 wire, I'm not paying him no attention. He tried to show her Leah was hated. His heart was more toward recall. And you know, folks try to figure out, that's crazy, why she wound up being hated? Because the man told you can't serve two. I don't know why you keep trying it. You tell me I'm going to have 2 wives, I ain't going to favor one over the other one. I love both of them the same. The man told you, and the one that I favor the more is going to take away from the other one, which is going to put him in a state of being hated. And the book clearly told you that Yahuwah saw that Leah was hated. He looked at, I can't give her all my heart. This is what I really desire. And these folk can justify it all the time. See, if folk take their time, this is what I try to tell people. If you're honest about salvation, I assure you, what's going to be for you is going to be for you, and it's going to make perfect good sense. You feel, I want to get out, you can go ahead and give, you ain't going to do no good, no more than Yashua did with all them other gods. All them deals that they got, how did it work out for them? They wound up losing the real one. So he tried to get her back to a completeness. Y'all got it. Now, in the gun, that's amazing. In the gun, how many wives did the man have? That's tight. That's tight. I don't know why he didn't get that man more wives than that and now. See, everything that people trying to go and do, he even told him in all our hot doctrine, if a man had 2 wives, he said one a hard. Why he ain't said both of them hated or both of them love equally? He already knew you're not going to be able to do it. There's just certain sense about you don't let you do it. You can say it and make yourself try to feel better, but you're going to be lying. Try to tell you, folks, I don't know what's wrong with him. He had Esau in your cold. You get what he said? Also, he said, I harp one. I hate the other one. And they said, is that righteousness with me? No, if you got 2, it's going to happen. Listen, only way to take you and to make this work, you had to come under somebody. Come on. I had to take you and make you mirror somebody. To make my heart beat for you like it was for him. Right. Come on, let you sin. This is my copy being my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. So how you gonna get that kind of heart? That's the only way you gonna get it. No more than when Jacob came to see his daddy Yasakar, who they call Isaac. When they came to see him, both of them could have got the same thing. So I'm gonna bust it down the middle. When Asu came, what he got? Nursing. He ain't getting nothing. He got nursing. That's ghetto nigga for not a crumb. I don't have nothing for you, man. Nursing. Nothing that's going to make sense for you at this time. So all I had is set for one. I never had nothing set up for you. I'm trying to tell you, folks, what they get. Yeah, I would keep it. His aunt that I got for you. He said that when you get tired and get rested, you had to take it from him. You want to go take it from him. Isn't that right? He said, I done gave the man everything I got. Yes, sir. He was trying to find it. He said, I done gave that man everything I got. He said, you ain't got one? What man had it went to Asu, what you called again? Nothing, honey. Nothing, honey. Ain't got nothing for you. Only way to be for us to do it. Why y'all think we had to become, what do you call that? What they did that join this on to this one? That's the only way to be a benefit. Listen, my heart pumps here. My heart don't know nothing about all the rest of this stuff, okay? You ain't gonna believe it. All this stuff is jointed together. That's how I get it. If it ain't connected to the other part that connect out of my heart, they ain't getting it. So the only way to do it, they had to be jointed in order for this to happen. You ain't gonna believe how you gonna get this. You're gonna have to be joint heirs. Okay, that's amazing. You ain't gonna believe it. You ain't gonna believe it. Let me tell this up. For this call, shall a man leave? What it is he supposed to leave? And be joined to who? And the I only got it for one. But I can tell how it works. You got to join it together. That's the only gonna work, to join it together. You ain't gonna believe it. Yasharal Yehuda. You ain't gonna believe it. Join together. Huh? Before let's not join together. Who first? Yasharal. We're gonna take Yehuda. His heart set on Yehuda. He told you clearly where I'm at. I'm with Yehuda. That's why we Yehudi. Yes, sir. So the only way to get this thing is how you say we're gonna be fair with it. Yes, sir. the two gonna have to be one.
Yes, sir.
I don't have nothing for both of them.
That's right.
I don't know where folk getting this stuff from. I don't know. Go ahead on. Keep on living this stupid life you got. Ain't gonna make no sense. Only way this thing gonna work, the man said, you how much? He said, I'm gonna have to join y'all together.
Yeah.
That's the way it's gonna work. They tell you, that way, what's yours is hers, what's hers is yours.
Yeah.
That's what he doing with Yashua and Yehuda. He had to join them together.
Yes, sir.
He told him, take 2 sticks. Said, right on one for Yehuda, and the other will put Apharim. He said, I take the sticks and put them together.
That's right.
Yashua got to come back and see us.
Yes, sir.
Yashua can't get there without Yehuda. It can't happen.
That's right.
It can't happen. Even with these two Barabbas. See, these Christian churches are one that divided. They New Testament.
Right.
Y'all old, they're stupid. Man, this thing joined together.
Yes, sir.
I don't know where these people getting this stuff from.
That's right.
The man don't set up one way.
That's right.
But see, you have to experience these things, and when you experience these things and see them for yourself, then they come to be clear. He gave you that sight because he allowed the events to happen where you become conscious of it. Now your mind, you see what I'm saying? The mind you get it because of the experience, because of what you've seen and what you've learned. And when all these things come, now you got to understand, and it changed your heart. Take a sit up. My heart done got me hurt before. Running out there, trying, experimenting, going out there and not obeying. So now, yeah, what? He done gave me a new heart. Through all these events, he gave me opportunity to consider. Look what I had to go back to. 40, it take you 40 years. You can get your heart right the first year. You see folk dying and stuff messed up. So look what I had to take you through to get you this heart. Look what I had to take you through to get you to see this thing the way it was. You know what I'm saying? Now today you got it. And I gave it to you. But look at all the advent. I ain't just come putting a new heart, new mind in you. I let you see all these advents. He's not giving it to you. All these experiences, it take you to fall. It take you to get your head hit up against that road. It take all that to happen. It do. It gets you. Just like old folks, as soon as you to fall down, hit yourself, ain't nothing but the devil. But that thing hurt you so, it hurt you better than your hurt do. You thinking, the devil. The country, who from the country? Who from the old folks to say that? Uncle said they used to say that. Y'all do something happen, you fall, your kid get hurt, they say, ain't nothing but the devil in you. Now you to say that. Uncle said, y'all, I ain't spending you to say that, y'all. No, old folks say that thing, you be hurt, they be telling you thinking, the devil in me. Soon as something happen, you go fall off something or something happen. They say ain't nothing but this guy ain't nothing but the devil in you. The devil in me. My folks hurt your feeling with that thing. You be thinking, every time you hurt yourself, the devil in me? They be thinking, saying you ain't doing, like you say, your mom said, you ain't living right. He said, mom said, as soon as something happen, they tell you ain't living right. That thing, look, he's older, now you think about it, and you can see where they get it from, because that tell you what people recognize. When something went wrong, you associate with not living right. Now, people never said it today. But then them folks will say it, even though you weren't doing it, you start thinking, I need to stop doing so much wrong. Might not complete, you look at, I need to start doing so wrong. See, the conversation make you consider. What conversation these people had to make you consider something? Man, these folks, so they didn't come say engage it.
Right.
Come on, finish this up. Let's get y'all. This 29:12. Listen, all right, we left out 12. Come on, so get it done so I can get y'all out of here. Ooh, come on, get y'all out of here. Come on.
In order that he may establish you this yom as his arm, and that he may be to you as Elohim, just as he spoke to you, and as he Shabbat to your Abu.
Then he's going to establish them as a people, an arm. What did it take to put your arm together? Just the 4 part? You got the bicep, the tricep, you got the forearm. Look what all it take to make your arm. He told them, he said, I'm going to make your arm. And your arm had to work together. Y'all see that? That's what he said, I'm going to make your arm. These people knew what these body parts meant. The arm, it represents strength. This is going to make you strength, going to make you strong. Hello? I'm trying to tell you. He tried to tell you when these different things happened, he saw that it was, and he saw how a mite had fallen in the street. He saw that nobody cared. He said, what he said did it? He said, my own arm did it. He said, I used all my strength. He started looking, he said, that's what I did. He said, my arm did it. They understood the strength of the arm. Now he just told these people, I'm going to make you, I'm going to put, listen, I'm going to take the water carriers, I'm going to take the wood choppers, and I'm going to take you, I'm going to take the Zakanim, I'm going to take the Isha, the women, I'm going to take the unashamed, the men, I'm going to take all these people, I'm going to make y'all an arm. Y'all not going to be in it, but y'all all going to work together, y'all going to be an arm. I'm going to make a barik with y'all. All y'all got to come together. See, that's why I try to tell y'all, y'all bad about it. It's some of y'all know who y'all are. Y'all drawback, missing, non-conversation. You know who y'all are. All of you just riding. Do it. Y'all just break. You don't follow direction. I tell you do stuff. I tell you I do stuff. Y'all just, it's just bad for you because you're supposed to work as an arm. See, the people you look at insignificant, that's why I try to tell you about the body. Insignificant. Who think about the wood chopper? Who think about somebody bringing them water? That's what we try to tell you about the body. You don't think about that little toe till it hit that bed rail. That little toe put tears in your eyes. Your eyes said, nigga, what you thinking? That toe hurt, and I'm crying. That toe will make you pray. But I hit that thing for and caught that, man, coming, and I had to turn, and I had to come this, I'm on this side of it, and turn that thing and said, scoop. You're like, oh, good. I said, it's off. I know it's gone. It's blood everywhere. I ain't gonna look. I just get in the bed. It hurt. I said, blood. Listen, blood everywhere. That toe gone. I don't even want to see it. I deal with it in the morning. I just want to, right now, I just want to lay down. That toe make you be thinking, boy. You be like, if it be on, I'd be so happy. But I know it's off. You think the worst about it because you like, so if you wake up it gone, you already put in your mind. But you look at that thing, you like, that little toe will make you consider it, don't it? Make you think about that. Guess what happened? He put trouble in your life, make you consider things too. He strike the right point and make you remember and make you consider. It's part about, well, who go around all day thinking about their little toe? I mean, your little toe didn't come in your mind till something happened to it, ain't it? And you be walking, they said, man, what's wrong with you? Man, my little toe, I hit my little toe. Man, made me talk about it. Tell folks. They said, man, something wrong. Yeah, man, you ain't gonna be like hit me. Now you talk about it, you won't even think about it. What you think you gotta do to make me talk about it? That when I go out, I talk about it. What you think gonna make me talk about when I come back home? Consider. What you think gonna make me think about when I lay down? He gonna have to put something in my life. Yeah. When you had a conversation, when somebody asked you about your little toe? What? They ain't even come. Why would we talk about it? Till something happened. Guess what Yahuwah had to do to get us to that point where we at? Guess what happened? That's that eyes, the that's that mind, the law, and that's that heart, the law. That's how I gave it to you. I put something in your life to happen. Now you'll talk about me. Now you'll consider me. Now you'll come together. That takes stuff to happen. When start happening to y'all, y'all will come back here and realize we got to do like Preacher said. We got to come together. We got to be here. Right now, y'all loose niggas. Y'all all over the place. Y'all just going on. I tell you to do something. You just don't do it, but you'll learn it the hard way. And then you'll consider. Because, see, I done seen this before. This ain't my first rodeo. I done seen it before. Y'all don't think something's going to happen. Something always happens. You live in a dream world. That's why you hear people, I don't watch the news. Too much bad stuff on the news. Like, nigga, you don't want to see no bad stuff. Stay out the mirror. You ugly creature. I'm going to put it on the news. News just let me know what's going on. I need to know what's going on. I need to know how to move. That's all I know. You got folks, you got a lot of folks. I don't want to, they'll tell you, it's a lot of folks. I don't want no bad stuff be happening. Just stop it. Because people don't want to deal with reality. See, that's the same thing that comes to the word. Anything that keeps them away so they can believe in their mind the world is a safe place. See, you got to think positive. You can think all you want to, nigga. It's still flooding down in Fort Lauderdale. Cyclone still done hit Australia. This world's still getting tore out the frame. Go ahead and think what you want to think, nigga. Go ahead and get all rid of TV, get rid of internet and phones, and don't watch no phone news. It's still happening. You're just an idiot. Because that's how they program you, make you think. If you just cover yourself and shower yourself with good stuff, more of your stupidity. Don't be stupid. You need to know it. The end is coming. The end is near. You need to know it. So now you can start looking at how you can reconcile. When Yaakov realized that he was going to have to go and meet Asu, you know what he was trying to do for his son? I'm reconciling. That man started loading up all them cameras. Before I meet him, what you gonna do? When I see him, I deal with it then. You're a dead man. You're a dead woman. That man making reconciliation. Before I see you, I'm trying to, listen, I'm already making, listen, he didn't know how it was gonna go. But I'm looking in anticipation that if I do enough, it'll overshadow what I've done and the man I have recome. That's what we're trying to do here. Put in enough that this man will look at this, overshadow what you've done. When he saw Asu, all Asu could do was hug him. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I'm over that. Because he was going to kill him. Spare their life, and you sit here, you give nothing, you do nothing, and you gonna go meet this man, you a retard. They ain't just y'all in the room on the camera, you a retards. Man, you better be able to make reconciliation.
Yes, sir.
Why they called today?
Yes, sir.
Now, but then he told you not to harden, what was that? Harden your law. That's keeping those things I told you not to keep. That's how you harden it. Because you got those things and you're hearing the word, but you can't do what the word say. Because I got something going on. Once I get this, once I get through with this, then will get straight. And man, see, you ain't gonna never get rid of it. You playing with fool's gold. You think you're gonna get rid of it. You're gonna hold it, you're gonna keep it. And I'm gonna catch you in it. And you ain't gonna never make it in the mosh pot. It's gonna be to your destruction. That's why, you know what? He softened my law with the events that happened in my life. It took him to show me how frail my life was. I thought I had a pretty good, strong life. I did. I had a pretty good life. And I would have stayed with it till he came and he shook it. Hey, he left it alone, I'd have kept going. That's the only thing changed my heart. I ain't had no mind to change. I didn't have my mind. I didn't care about dying. I thought I didn't till he shook it. That thing I know, I started caring. Tears started rolling down my face. Man, it gave me a new heart. Man, it gave me eyes to see and realize, son, your life is frail. It don't take nothing to move you out the way. You just thinking you standing. You already done failed. And man, get your life and just do that number two. It ain't got to be no long shake that. You like, my whole world had changed. Man, I was clicking, stuff was rolling. I'm telling you, man, I was doing real good too. That man did that. I was just like that boy, I can't get right. I could jack it out the park, I just couldn't get right though. Now, why? What you gonna do? If you're a person that's serious, then you consider. You realize I can't keep going the way I'm going. Like some of y'all can just keep going. That scare me. It's like, where you going? How you gonna be the man that can watch you wherever you go? He can hear everything. He know everything. Where you going? I know y'all listening to retarded people. Oh, y'all gonna be so hurt when Smith come out. Your mama. I pay these people no attention. Listen, I ain't playing with no fools. I done all that stupid stuff. That man gonna expose you. Who ain't been exposed? Y'all gonna see he ain't nothing but a hypocrite. They mama. I ain't got no mama. Your daddy mama. Don't make no difference. Now you got a dad, your daddy had a mama. I skip all over him. So I tell you, let me tell you something, man. That man just got to take your word and shake it. Just ain't gonna be long. He just shake your word and just show you, man, you ain't got nothing. Man, you turn around and you think you got, you know you got, you doing, and all of a sudden, can't nothing work right. And you thinking, what the world done happened? Stuff ain't making sense. Stuff you do, it like this all the time. How now? It just show you. Look at it. Look, it's yours. Look at it. You're like, this don't even make sense. It don't make sense. How you gonna win? That's what I can't. It went in my mind to see how I could be a hypocrite. I seen enough people do that stuff. How I could fall pretending. I just wanted to do it. That just came in my mind. I just wanted to do it. I didn't want to do that. I watched too many people do it. I did too much stuff. I had done so much stuff. It's just like, why? Just get it right. I just want to be right. I want to be clear and I want to be calm. People like, he just say anything. He'll say, I just rather be straightforward with you. I just rather be straightforward and keep moving. I don't have a whole lot of time. Life's short. It might take, oh, he's just so blunt or whatever you want to call it. It's just what it is at the point. I've done all that stuff. You got to fake it with a woman to tell her this. You got to do this. You got to like her. I ain't got time for all that stuff. Just keep it moving. It's just life too short. I ain't got that time. You might not like it, then do something else. I mean, at the end of the day, life's short. I've done all that. When you're done, what you going to do? That's how you want to keep living your life? Man, just come on down the middle and be straight. Be like you, just come on down the middle and be straight. Folks going to like it, they going to like it. Folks ain't going to like it, they ain't going to like it. Don't matter. You're a hypocrite, folks still ain't going to like you. You do all that stuff to make folks like you. You ain't going to never make everybody like him. So you might as well just make sure you good with your hood. They ain't saying that to hurt, just disrespect people, but make sure where your first priority at. Y'all I did that people pleasing. Soon as you do one thing folks don't like, folks throw you under the bus.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
Folks ready to kill. Them folks want me to put up my license once I sent Jamal Bryan a cucumber and some Vaseline. He shouldn't be preaching no more. I said he could have took the cucumber, cut up, put on the side, and put the Vaseline on and ash your lip.
That's right.
Or he could have read the cucumber and do what he know.
Yep.
Make me no never mind.
Right.
He called my name. I was like, you better off with this cucumber and this Vaseline.
Yes, sir.
That's where I was at. They shouldn't be preaching no more. These guys impregnate a minor.
Minor.
A minor. Her parents, who own a funeral home, sat here and wouldn't press charges because they were going to lose the business.
Yep.
And Tony Smith should stop preaching.
Sick.
Nobody called, but he got a minor. And married.
Yes.
You done impregnated a minor. They sent me the paperwork. There's always people that watch these people. They seen the paperwork. Folks sent me the whole thing. The man sent his friend down here to take the DNA test. Because you know they don't never ask for your ID. They just let anybody walk in and say, I'm him. That should have been criminal. He should have been arrested.
Yep.
You ain't done with just the fact you molest a kid. Then you lie and send somebody else down there to try to. Because they so stupid. They just let anybody walk in. Oh, I'm Rod. Let me just take it. I'm like, where your ID at, Rod? So you're not Rod. It kills me what these people let these folk do. And these folk own me for everything they can try to find. I need to sit down. Where I done sat here and slept with these members?
That's right.
Where I done took for these folk? Go and tell. I ain't took nothing from none of these people.
That's right.
I get the more criticism. Toastman need to talk. Toastman, you done work. Still ain't stole nothing from them. Still ain't took nothing from them. Still ain't caught me out here lying, beating the fraud folk. But Toastman need to sit down. These folks want to bring all the minors in and grow reefer right here in DeKalb County.
Yep.
Still, and then want to help fight for abortion for women. I can't. This how off-center the church is.
Yep.
So how do I explain that? How I preach that? When you're going through and you got yourself pregnant, gonna make a way. He'll give you abortion doctor some pills. Won't he do it? All them holders had them abortion. Yeah! Shout. That's crazy. How you preach the message? The church is fighting for women's right to commit abortions. So who fighting for the kid? Tony Smith fighting for the kid. Who fighting for the kid? Do y'all understand how backwards we are as a society that we have church? Listen, you can go to any church, they will stand up and fight for women abortion. Years ago, coming on the church, never stood for no junk like that. They been like, what? Man, they call it abortion. That's that guy done had abortion. They went in they put abortion. Worst thing you could have done. Now the church fight for it. See, but it show you they would never center off of truth. They could only run so long. That's why, listen, they've been playing with the homosexuals. Y'all know the church always had them on the organ. They always had them in the choir. They could play that keyboard. I don't know what they must tell. They must tell every city, you're going to be gay. You got to learn how to play an instrument. That's the only way you're going to make it in the church. Now, you can't play that in the church, you're done. If you can play an instrument and you can direct the choir, you got your future. And a nigga. That come with the job. So it just showed you how piss poor the standard is today. There's no reason for people to change because people don't know how to identify you who are working. See, we get the opportunity through the con, which is the favor, or the what they would call the grace of Elohim, to now realize when things happen, they're working for a purpose to try to draw us back. This is a way of trying to reconcile us. What you think 40 years were for? What you think all that was for? I'm trying to reconcile. You broke off with me. I want to see how we can get back together, but we both got to look at where the fault was. So sometimes you might say, I can't hear you, can't hear me. What we need? Mediator. That's what Yahushua was. We just need a mediator. See, we didn't understand his side, and he needed to understand our side. So he brought in somebody that could feel our infirmities. That's right. How are you going to feel our infirmities? I know what you're suffering down there. You couldn't. Not unless you became a man and you came down here. So now you got a Rosh Kohan that can feel your infirmities. Right. See, you're a man. You need to understand, he knows all about a man. I made a man. So don't think I'm going to give you a message that don't include things about a man. Because I need you to understand the things of Elohim. I know what you know. What do you know? What about the things of Elohim? So you ain't going to believe what I'm going to do. How about they should all be taught of me? Since you don't know it, it don't make sense. Well, so you don't know the things that mean. How are we going to make the relationship work? You said, listen, we talk. That's how he made it. He said, so I need to teach about it. So that the purpose of putting you who's from him, somebody who will be the best described, somebody who can show you the logic behind what he was doing and trying to show you where the heart was and what he was doing. Because for us, we just looked at, he tell us something, we don't do it, he kill us. Like some of how we viewed our father. How many had strict, hard fathers? How much understood them the whole time we were growing up? That they were only looking out for our good. You ain't learned that till later in the time taught us that. And guess what he look at? It's going to take some time. Then all we saw was, you the person that come beat me. Like, I don't beat you. We don't remember them warning us. We just remember, I do something, you knock me in the head. Because that's pretty much how we going to tell it. Is that you like work? You knew. We knew. You were told. So you put yourself in this situation, and I had to do this to try to drive that away from you, that desire, that will to go against me. That's what Yahuwah is trying to get you to realize. He said, what you call that person you to do that to you? He said, you ain't going to believe it. I'm an Abba. You said, if you're a father, then you could be doing this to me, trying to drive stuff out of me that's wrong, trying to keep me from getting myself in a world of trouble. Exactly. That's why I had to tell you I was an Abba. So being a father, I understand the child mentality. I understand the child's logic. You know what I'm saying? And I know what it takes to drive them to try to curb that appetite away from them. So I got it? And these are the things we have to consider, because sometimes you just see him as spirit, ruler, just destroy. He wants you to know, I'm also a father. I know about rearing children. Because he said, I raise children. Sometimes people around, a grandparent going to have a little more knowledge than kids going to have. My kid, I tell him about stuff and get my kids, and he'll look at, he has father knowledge. I said, my knowledge going to beat yours out any day of the week. I'm granddaddy. Where you trying to get to, I'm on the grandparent side. Grandparents just sit back and watch it sometimes, so I let you have it. You'll learn. A certain way, it is, be honest, I know parents, how you do stuff, grandparents, we see it a little different, because we look at our mistakes and we look at things we saw we could cut off and things we cut off while we did it. You trying to learn as you're going, and sometimes we might see a pattern and say, I wouldn't do that one. Just as somebody who's already done it. Yeah, I'm just being honest, grandparents, it's different. You see things, you can see yourself, you say, yeah, I see myself. And you kind of understand things a little different. Grandparent, go to your, one of y'all, if any of y'all got kids, go to your grandparent and tell them, yeah, my kid do it. They say, well, just kind of take your time, because they consider them themselves. Sometimes you can move and jump too fast. You got to know how to move, how to rule, how to issue out. You got to know when to kind of wait. You got to know when to sound and when to talk. And I'm being honest, it's a different from grandparent and parent. Because the parents just go, they're going to try to show, they're going to try to do, they're going to try to play friend, do other things. Say, I wouldn't do that. Got to know how to keep a child play, then you got to know how to do things. Because we look at a compassion in when you see the child, and you see the child realize, I raised you, so I know what I'm doing. And you trying to go and do something, if I was you, I would try to look at this end. That comes through experience, though. So you look at Yahuwah, he going to have more experience than any one of us. He said, you ain't going to believe him. I done raised a bunch of children. Yeah. He didn't say, kid, children. Yeah. He said, man, I've been raising children. Y'all got it? He got a whole shamaim of them. He's also, that what he told. He said, I done nourished and brought up children. You ain't going to believe it. And they rebelled against me. How y'all feel? Yes, sir. Ain't that right? Let me slow it down. That's it. So that's the thing about what we're doing. And I ain't going to hold y'all long. Yahuwah, I'm going to let y'all go. But Yahuwah willing, we probably come back and finish this up. Because there are things I want us to consider. And that's on behalf of Yahuwah. Because I really want us to get this right. I know a lot of y'all still trying to see what you can escape by, what you can try to get by, what you can try to get away with. And just, you wasting time. But you need to do that because that's where you at. Only problem going to be is he going to cut your time short. That's the only thing. You can pull out about it, but it ain't going to make no sense to pull out about it, and then you know wrong. Other than I'm done. Because you pull out about it, I know I'm doing wrong, so you know how they're going to go. I'm trying to. That's not going to work. No going to be accepted, but he ain't looking for nobody trying. He looking for people doing. Go see what he told him, just try. Find that out, just try if you will. Just try it. Just try to do right. As you try to do right, he don't tell you what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. This is how July parents tell us, they tell you what you're going to do. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. That's what he said. I'm telling you what you're going to do. You trying to tell me what you're going to do, that's not going to work. Because he looking at you, the child, I'm the father. and you trying to get around, try to get, it ain't gonna work. But I know, I watch out stuff. I just try to put it out here and say, well, maybe they'll catch on there and get it for frontal assault here. Y'all know how I do. I'll throw it out there to see where you at, and then I say, you ain't getting it, frontal assault next. They be like, goodness, preacher just like he lost it. No, that's where we at. Because he's trying to warn us to keep us, because we ain't trying to move. I ain't trying to move wrong. I want to die right. I want one of them, I'm going to be honest now, I ain't gay. I want to die like a sister. Sleep, in my sleep, real comfortable on a pillow, easy like. And if it don't feel right, let me go and get back up right quick. You don't want one of them hard ones. Some of these guys, yeah, you going out there and jump out that expressway bridge. I like, if I get to pick a straw, let me pick the right one. The easy, soft one. When I get 958 years old, then I start like I'm about to leave him. Easy, don't let me fall and bust all on no floor nowhere. And folk be like, say, good as head busted all over. I like the nice, sit one in the bed, pillow, cover, easy, light, not too hot, not too cold. I ain't trying to go straight no deep freezer. Easy, like, if it's up to me now. Some of y'all, oh, give me that rugged one. That folks just shoot me all up with a Tommy gun. Yeah, you can get two of them. You can have mine too. So since I can't pick how I'm going to die, I need to go ahead and pick how I'm going to live. Because that's what I like now. But since I don't get to pick it, I just go ahead and make sure I just live right. That make sense? That advice I'm giving everybody, just make sure you live right. Because whichever way you leave, he the one got to take you through it anyway. Y'all got it? That's two.